back at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. An empty seat is a term that's not used in these parts of the country.
No.
Terry Glenn, who the Packers acquired in the offseason, expected to carry much of their receiving load, is active today. Had the flu on Friday, didn't practice, may or may not see action. He's the third wide receiver. Steve Smith back deep for Carolina. The Panthers won the toss. And Josh Bidwell, Ryan Longwell set to kick it off. Bidwell the punter. Rodney Peete leads the Panthers. 40-35 record as a starter, including 3-0 this year. And that's what's important these days. Here's the offensive line in front of him. Stussy, Nesbitt, Mitchell, Donnelly, and Terry. Backs and receivers, Lamar Smith, Brad Hoover, Bird Smith, and the tight end is Wesley Wall. Peete knocked down, had a chance to be intercepted by Hardy Nickerson. Hardy's been getting a little heat around these parts lately.
Yeah.
Tyrone Williams injured.
And this team is really banged up, Pat. I mean, I'm looking at my scorecard here, and I got red pen crossing guys out in all week long trying to figure out who could play for this group. They lost their starting safety last week, Anton Edwards, to a broken wrist. He's out for well over a month. Tyrone Williams, their starting right cornerback, one of the guys who's been healthy here all year. And Mike Sherman's been concerned.
Well, the two Packers slow getting up.
Ball's across the middle to Steve Smith, and that's Hardy Nickerson. Ran right, here it is. Hardy Nickerson, the middle linebacker you're just talking about, ran right into Tyrone Williams. Nickerson's off the field right now. Torrance Marshall, who they moved to fullback this week, is now in that middle linebacker.
He was supposed to be the middle linebacker of the future. Right. Then they moved him to fullback. So he doesn't know where he is, but he's required as a middle linebacker right now. Nickerson's walking it off. He should be okay. Look at this group of guys inactive.
And David Martin, the tight end. Henderson, their starting fullback, who had started 114 games in a row for the Packers, out. The rookie Javon Walker. KGB, pass rushing end.
That music's a little too upbeat for that group.
Well, that's the theme from MASH, and that's what it's been. It's, you know, and the whole coaching staff was tight this week because they know that they're playing with their depth in a lot of spots, and that's a good sign right there. Tyrone Williams walking off. That's the defensive coordinator, Ed Donatel, in the white hat.
Todd McBride has taken his place. 2nd and 10.
Well, I think we got all the injuries out for the Packers. Got that
two
covered.
Down on the first play. They may not have 40 people. Peete on the draw play. Come on. Thaddeus Hunt on the tackle.
Tyrone Williams getting that back looked at, but for the Carolina Panthers, this team revolves around the running game. And Lamar Smith is one of the guys they picked up at 1,100 yards 2 years ago in Miami and was a great back there, led him to the playoffs. But if he can get the ball 20 to 25 times a day, that means the Panthers are running the offense that will be successful for him.
And the one they want to run. He's one of those guys that gets better the more he carries it.
Right.
Here's Peete. Incomplete. And no flag. Broken up, intended for Carl Hankton.
And Pat, they got pressure that time on Rodney Peete.
That was Baju who broke it up. There was some doubt about what he'd play or not.
Yeah. And here comes Marcus Anderson, the rookie, along right up the middle, Joe Johnson, who came on a stunt. Good coverage down the field. Valjoux there, who's been banged up with a bad ankle, had sticky coverage.
Todd Sauerbrunn to punt it. He's having a good year. Good coverage. The Panthers down in good shape. Murad Smart. Brett Favre leads the Packers out. An article in the paper here this morning talking about Favre being the starting quarterback so long, 32 years of age, going on 13.
He truly is just a kid and enjoys it at that level.
Offensive line, Clifton, Wall, Flanagan, Rivera, and Dotson. The backs, Amon Green, Tony Carter starts at fullback, Driver, Ferguson, and Bubba Franks, the tight end. Favre on first down. The rifle shot. Robert Ferguson made the reception. Here's the Carolina defense. Front four. Rucker, Jenkins, Buckner, and Peppers, the #1 pick. Navy's Morgan and Field. Dan Morgan where he likes to be, in the middle. Howard, Grant, Minter, and Cousin. That's the second down. Second down. They need 3. They take the reverse as they did in their opening week against Atlanta. A number of times. Amon Green gets the carry, not the first down.
You know, for Brett Favre, I mean, he came into our meeting on Friday, Pat, and he's still hurting from the beating he took against the New Orleans Saints down there 2 weeks ago. And then he took some hard hits last week against Detroit as they opened up Ford Field. And I think he's got to get protected better. You know, they've got their backup right tackle in there, Earl Dotson, made his first start in over 2 years here last week. And he has to get a little bit better. And you got Flanagan back at the starting center right now. Favre needs better protection.
Out of the gun. He lost it as only he can. Karsten Bailey made the reception. He can throw it hard, but he's also got some touch.
Well, you know, they said that, you know, there's the practice ball, and he's got that speed, and then there's game speed. And he's already broken Donald Driver's finger twice this year in practice. But this one, he shows great touch. And he had to. He had to drop this ball in. They call this the lollipop. He just dropped it right into Karsten Bailey, one of those guys that's got to pick it up today with the injuries to Javon Walker, the rookie, and the banged-up Terry Glenn.
3 wide receivers set up on first down. Amon Green rips it off to the right. First down, Green Bay. Mike Minter made the stop.
Pat, as much as everybody loves to talk about Brett, and it's his team, it's his city, and he's special, I think that when he gets Amon Green going, he becomes even better. You get the balance that you like to have. And this guy missed his first start in Green Bay last week. I think they really missed him. Had a juggling act going on there trying to fill in for him a week ago, but he's so explosive, and he has deceptive speed, and he's very strong. Coming back from a thigh injury, but he looked healthy in practice.
Here's that reverse they've been setting up. That's Donald Driver, another Packer first down. Out of bounds in front of the Carolina bench. Deion Grant.
Now, you talked about that reverse. They faked it against Atlanta all day long, and what it does is watch what it does to this defensive end, Mike Rucker. So he pulls down, and he leads the league in sacks. Mike Rucker leads this league in sacks. Now, if he has to start thinking about a reverse, is it coming, isn't it coming, it's going to slow down his pass rush. Very good move on the part of the Packers. Tom Rossi, the offensive coordinator.
Driver got 15. Amon Green flashes into the secondary, down to the 35-yard line of Carolina. Minter again.
Every great running team has a signature play, and the Packers is a stutter. To pull this guard, and here comes the fullback, Tony Carter. 2 men leading for Amon Green. He can do a lot of things with this. He can take this outside if the end comes upfield. Watch Marco Rivera. Kicks him out, so he takes it inside this time. Now when he's in the open field, that is a hard man to bring down if they keep that going in the fourth quarter.
There's Terry Glenn. Fakes the Green, throws the Glenn. Backhanded. Unique way to catch it, but successfully. Terry Glenn.
Favre sharp. Now we're talking coming over to today, Pat, about Favre, how if he starts these games sometimes a little wild, a little high. Well, he looks calm out here today. He scans the field great. Good protection. Glenn will take this in and out, working on Terry Cousin. Nice catch. Being able to scoop that ball up and then pull it into his body like that.
Davenport is the deep back, and he starts in motion. Favre. Up the middle, batted away. Driver thought he was interfered with. Deion Grant was there.
Carolina has allowed teams in the red zone the fewest number of times this year. They've only been in there. Teams have only gotten in there 4 times. They've scored 4 touchdowns now. You know, they've only given up 4 touchdowns. Gave up a touchdown each of the first 2 games and then 2 last week to Minnesota. But this team has been built around defense and around a pass rush. And so far, these ends, Peppers and Rucker, haven't gotten far.
From the shotgun this time. Come on, Green.
Come on up.
Short of the 10. Dan Morgan made the stop.
So far, Green Bay has scored every time they've gotten into this area of the field. 7 touchdowns, 5 field goals in their 12 attempts. And you can bet here on this 3rd down that chance to get a first down, they don't have to throw this ball into the end zone. I mean, they can still get a first down here and then still move it. Bubba Franks is their target this part of the field, standing up here at tight end.
3rd and 4. First time this year Carolina's allowed a 10-play drive.
Here's Bubba Franks.
Bubba juggled it, dropped it. They'll have to settle for 3.
58-68
Longwell hits on.
You know, those are the kind of catches that when you have a guy 6'6" with the size mitts that he has, you know, that you should be able to catch this ball one-handed. Mark Fields all over him. But what Fields did was he stripped that right hand from able to get that other hand on the ball.
Just got one on it. 30 yards out. And the Packers break on top. They lead 3-0, 8:52 left in the first. Green Bay off to a good start.
Okay, folks, let's get this party started. Call Seattle. Get McGregor on the phone.
Calling him now.
Morning. Good morning.
Sir,
This is Scott McGregor. I'll be out of the office all day. Please leave a message.
that's not like McGregor.
McGregor's not there?
Great.
Excuse me, there's a Mr. McGregor here to see you.
With Southwest Airlines last-minute fares, you'll never pay more than $2.99 one way. So why would you fly with anyone else?
You are now free to move about the country.
These people are getting answers to the most important questions they'll ever ask. Questions about their health. They're finding those answers in a single place. WebMD. 16 million people come to WebMD every month. They find vital information that used to be scattered in 100 locations, now all in one place. The place America comes for healthcare answers. A place called WebMD.
Some say he's still out wandering these hills, looking for his lost head. It's a true story. Okay, time to go to bed.
For when you need it most.
Uh-oh.
Our longest lasting Energizer Max ever.
What was that?
Energizer Max. Do you have the bunny inside?
Fox NFL Sundays, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 37.
The Packers scoring drive, a thing of beauty. 11 plays, 73 yards. They kept the ball over 5 minutes. 30-yard field goal by Longwell put the Packers on the board, and they're ahead 3-0. To kick it off to Steve Smith in that direction. Better kick than the first one. And it will be Smith at the 10. Good coverage, 26-yard line. The head coach, Mike Sherman of the Packers, and general manager and president, he does it all.
I see linebackers blitz, cornerbacks do, cartwheels and splits, and foam-fingered fools. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see guys who kick, and girls who cheer, picture in picture, and ice cold beer. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. He's got attitude. You gonna hug me and tell me how much you miss me, or you gonna shoot me? He's got style. Dude, it's all that. And he's got the one thing. Are you ready? Everybody wants. Go find him! You're either in or you're out. Are we clear? Samuel L. Jackson. You ain't seen nothing yet. Formula 51. Rated R. In theaters everywhere, October 18th.
I am Emmitt Smith.
I'm Emmitt Smith.
I'm Emmitt Smith.
I am Emmitt
Smith.
I am Emmitt Smith.
No, really, I am.
Worried that the you shopping online isn't really you? That's why there's Verified by Visa, a security service that helps protect Visa cards from unauthorized online use with a personal password. This service is only available on select Visa cards issued by participating financial institutions.
I am Emmitt Smith.
Please.
To learn more and to check if your card is eligible for this service, go to visa.com/verified.
This fall, only one man can solve this nation's biggest mysteries.
So, Mr. Know-It-All, ready to take that big brain for a spin?
And he doesn't even know who he is.
Do you have any idea what it's like to stare in the mirror at a guy you don't even know?
The new hit series John Doe at 9/8 Central, Fox Friday.
We're back at Lambeau Field, and both the Packers that were injured on the first play are back in the contest. Hardy Nickerson in the middle and Tyrone Williams deep. Good surge by Lamar Smith. Nickerson on the bottom of the pile.
And that surge is behind an offensive line who's a veteran group. You know, last year, even when this team was 1-15, this offensive line played well. Todd Stussy was brought in here from Minnesota last year, along with Kevin Donnelly and Jeff Mitchell, the center. And those three guys really added some experience, along with Chris Terry and Jamar Nesbitt, the left guard. It's a good group. They've protected well. They're running the football well. And this is a team that can't get too far behind. This is a team that has to stay close in order to be effective.
Rodney Peete, pass complete. A flag on the play. Steve Smith made the reception. Kept on his feet. Retreated about 6 yards and got it back. Against Carolina.
Yeah, illegal shift.
Right now for a game break, let's return to James Brown, Fox Network Center in Los Angeles.
Hey, Pat, Buffalo's opening 75-yard drive capped that 2-yard touchdown toss. Bledsoe to Price, 7-0 Bills. Lions up 3-0 here. Hit Aaron Brooks. He fumbles, picked up by Mr. James Hall. He takes it 22 yards to pay dirt. 10-0 Detroit over New Orleans. Back to Pat and Brian.
Couple of shockers there.
Yeah, well, Detroit, they put up 31 points on this Packer team last week. Never quit, you know, and was within inches of scoring a winning touchdown against the Packers and creating an upset there last week. That's the gravedigger in the middle, who stayed away from Burger King and is playing pretty good football.
He's visiting somewhere. I don't know if it's Burger King. Lamar Smith into the secondary. Past the Packer 40 out to the 44. First down. Nate Wayne made the stop.
Look at at the offensive line here, coming right at Gilbert. There's Donnelly right here, along with Mitchell. A good surge right here in the middle. Hardy Nickerson brought in here to kind of secure this middle. Gets caught up. Bad vision there right from the beginning. And Lamar Smith is a tough guy. You mentioned it, Pat, that this guy gets stronger as the game goes on, and he wants the football. Look, if he gets the ball 20, 25 times today, this Carolina team is going to be in good shape.
Picked up 18. Smith again. No place to go this time.
Come up, come up!
Diggs made the stop.
It's interesting how this team is 3-0 to me, Pat, because most teams come with a new coach and they gut the whole organization. You know, secretaries are gone, street sweepers are gone, and people that, empty. This organization is intact. They made a couple changes. John Fox brought in Jack Del Rio to be the defensive coordinator. A couple changes, Rodney Peete, Lamar Smith on offense. Drafted well with Julius Peppers and brought in Terry Cousins. But otherwise, it's the same group from a year ago. Got a shot.
Had it and dropped it. Carl Hankton. Good throw by Rodney Peete.
It was a great throw by Peete, and it was off of play action because that run has been effective. They faked the ball to Lamar Smith, and they got one-on-one coverage on the outside. And Hankton, who's playing today because of the injury to Muhsin Muhammad, has a chance for a big play early. Got behind Tyrone Williams and Matt Bohm.
You know, there's one other thing that John Fox brought with him, and that's a lot of enthusiasm. Yeah,
he did. And there's Muhsin Muhammad, who leads his team in reception.
Third down. Peete drops to throw it. Finds a man, knocked away. Good defense. Mike McKenzie followed the receiver all the way across the field and knocked the pass away.
Well, that's what shutdown corners do in this league, is they lock on receivers. Now, Steve Smith is the go-to guy today with the injury to Muhsin Muhammad. McKenzie's got to cover him all the way across the field. And look at him. Not only is he step for step, but his eyes are never off of Rodney Peete. So the timing of batting that ball away was right on target.
McKenzie had the flu Friday in practice. Short kick by Sauerbrunn. And look out. Darian Gordon on the punt return. And the Packers get the ball in great shape. Todd Sauerbrunn made the stop. 35-yard punt, 28-yard return.
This is what the subject's teeth look like.
I need your advice, Dr. Lecter.
I'm all ears.
He smashes mirrors and uses the pieces. Wears latex gloves so we've got no prints.
What do we make of that symbol? It marks the red dragon.
May I touch your face?
I am becoming more than a man. I am the dragon.
I'm glad it came to this. Every game must have its end.
Red Dragon, rated R, at theaters Friday.
The original R&B. Oh, we made us move our feet. Tito Puente. Like the stuff that's on the taste of originality. Tells us individuality. And gives life the personality. Be you. Do what you do. Be you.
Precision, skill, craftsmanship, Goodwrench. With GM certified technicians and advanced technology, no one knows your GM vehicle better than the pros at GM Goodwrench. It's good to know. It's Goodwrench.
10 Hollywood stars face 3 real-life drill instructors in the ultimate competition, Celebrity Boot Camp. The Brady Bunch is over! No cell phones, no room service, no mercy. I'm coming for you, Kato. A 2-hour special at 8, Fox, Monday.
Good return by Darian Gordon. Congratulations to the coach. I guess that's what that means.
Well, he was doing everything in practice the other day, wasn't he? He was coaching the onside kick team.
Yeah. And he was making his point well known.
Emphatic.
Yeah. Juggling is a lime green. He didn't expect it to begin with. It bounced off him.
I don't think he saw it.
I don't think he did either.
I think the ball got hidden in the line of scrimmage, and watch this from the field level here. I mean, this is his check down receiver. When nothing's down the field, yeah, you know, I think the umpire was right in his way. I don't think he had good vision of it. You know, and we saw that in practice. That, you know, when Favre misses, because there's so much velocity on the ball has a long rebound on it sometimes. And that ball just got deflected along the way.
There was one against New Orleans. It must have ricocheted 20 yards. Second and 10. Davenport is the fullback, and he gets the carry, and Favre gets the sack. Chris Jenkins was the first of the Panthers there.
Yeah, you know, that play was set up for Terry Glenn. And he was well covered by Terry Cousins, Chris Jenkins down. The young second-year defensive tackle. Look at this coverage here. John Fox told me the biggest pickup they made in an off-season was Terry Cousins at corner. Because of his professionalism and because he has the ability to stick to a receiver. And that's who Favre was looking for.
He did.
Yeah.
Jenkins still down.
Grabbing that right wrist.
Yeah.
You know, he's a big load, a young kid who's got a huge future in Carolina.
Yeah. If he's got a bad wrist, so does Julius Peppers.
Obviously, the new Silverado is here. Silverado, the truck from Chevy.
You'll never believe it. Jared's here, and he's eating the sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
What was that you ordered? The hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki?
Sounds delicious.
That I can't miss. I'm so there. I'm on my way.
It's a hot dinner idea from Subway. Delicious tender chicken teriyaki served hot and topped with a tangy sweet onion sauce.
I need a hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki, please.
Can't blame him.
Subway, eat fresh.
Proud sponsor of the American Heart Association's Heart Walk.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Subway. Fresh-made sandwiches on fresh-baked bread. Subway, eat fresh. By Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. By Universal Pictures, before the Silence of the Lambs, there was Red Dragon. Friday. And by Miller Lite. Life is best told in a place called Miller Time.
Lambeau Field, the lights are on, and they are 8 times brighter than they were before the renovation. 8 times.
Showing off all the new architecture here.
Favre dropped it, finally throws it.
No.
A lot of people yelling no. Donald Driver, the intended receiver, he just couldn't get loaded.
Well, you know, Favre, he stands really close to the center in the shotgun. He's only about 3.5 yards deep, but Mike Flanagan back at the center position. He's been out since the 2nd day of August with a broken thumb. So he still got that wrapped up there, and I don't know if he got that back right.
Bidwell's punt. Steve Smith fields it at the 6.
That block.
That one block. Ran out of sideline. Matt Bowen down on the coverage. 3-0 Green Bay.
Danny sets me up on this blind date with this girl, Angela, and I'm thinking she's a little shy.
She gets up and starts shaking it right in front of the table. So she says, "Take me to Vegas." We're having the time of our lives. It's kind of getting hot, kind of getting dirty. She's got this sexy tattoo with a knife piercing a heart.
Wait a minute, Angela?
Thank you. Yeah.
That's my sister.
Life is best told over a great tasting Miller Lite at a place called Miller Time.
That's not funny.
The first rule of investing? Diversify. A good way to do it? Spiders. Spiders are all the stocks at the S&P 500 in one share. Instant diversification. Low fees and taxes, too. Spiders. Listed on the American Stock Exchange. Details at amex.com/SPY.
NFL team apparel. Unlike some things in life, the jacket is reversible.
October's magical matchups begin Tuesday with Game 1 as the Angels travel to the Bronx to take on the Yankees, or the St. Louis Cardinals take on 20-game winners Randy Johnson and Curt Schilling, and the Arizona Diamondbacks. The road to the World Series begins Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Of that much we're sure. 5 p.m. Pacific on Fox.
Now look at the Yankees here.
Yeah.
I mean, George Pat Summerall, you shared a locker with Mickey Mantle back there in some of those glory days at the house that Ruth built.
Yes.
One of those 100-game seasons they had.
Yep. And Mick was some player. Niall Diggs.
You know, this defense, Pat, for the Packers, they've added a lot of components right here. You know, here's Niall Diggs right here. He's going to knife through, make this play, doesn't get hit. But
if they could just get him healthy.
Yeah, that's big part of it. And then, they brought in a couple of free agents, and Joe Johnson and Hardy Nickerson, and they're still trying to figure out how they fit into the scheme. Because as a group, they have to collectively play better.
7-yard loss on the first play. Pete got about 6 back right now to James Brown, the Fox Network Center in Los Angeles.
Hey, Pat, you know Dallas quarterback Quincy Carter under some heat to perform. Here he goes back across the field to Darnay Scott. 17-yard strike. Dallas up 7-0. Kurt Warner left midway through the first. Broken pinky finger on his throwing hand. He's on the sidelines. Looks like he won't be back for today. Back to Pat and Brian.
A long time ago since they were 0-4, and without Kurt Warner and that team, and without Marshall Faulk, there's not a lot of magic there in that city.
Last time they started 0-4 was 1963. Pass caught for a first down by Steve Smith. I think I'm going to be coaching on the coaching staff of the Rams.
With the Rams then?
That year, yeah.
How long was that coaching staff?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Todd Stussy up here working on Joe Johnson here. Double team with Wesley Walls. And that's what they think about Joe Johnson. Extra protection. Allows Rodney Peete to throw that stain pretty clean. Rodney Peete has been able to stay sharp without playing a lot of football the last 3 years.
Speaking of coaches, the magic name of Vince Lombardi. As the Packers here in Campman makes the stop. He's quite a story.
Yeah, well, he's a rookie making his first start here. He was a 5th-round pick out of Iowa. He's from Kesley, Iowa. Population of 80. I don't know how you could call it a town of 80 people.
I thought he said 80.
80 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he comes from a high school that Ed Thomas, the head coach there for 24 years, has turned out 3 professional football players. Brad Meester, Casey Wigman, and Jared DeVries. He's the 4th.
Smith. Nothing doing.
Come on!
Diggs again on the stop.
Well, you know, they shut Carolina down here today, but they've allowed 100 points first 3 weeks. And that's more than this team has ever given up the first 3 games of a season in their history. Going back way before Vince Lombardi and Curly Lambeau. And part of it is the injuries, and then part of it is guys like Joe Johnson and Hardy Nickerson, like we're talking about, stepping up, taking on their role. And then the other thing is, I think, you know, they got to find some hitters out there. Some guys are going to jar the ball loose and make a statement.
3rd and 9. A little sunshine breaking through, and now a timeout by Carolina. 3-0 Green Bay.
Bullseye wins it.
That's what I'm talking about! Sweet nectar of life! Boo! Yeah!
Just tasted new Sam Adams Light, the first great tasting light beer. Shockingly great taste.
Yeah!
A guy like Rodney Peete, who played with a lot of different teams, and always seemed destined to be a backup, had the backup temperament, the old footboard grip, back in action and playing very well.
Yeah, he said it's a lot harder to be a backup than it is a starter. Because a backup, you know, you don't get the reps. You don't get the attention, and he feels like right now, after backing up Brad Johnson and Rich Gannon the last 3 years, that he's feeling appreciated.
Pete drops, throws, pass complete, and this could be trouble.
There's a player.
Flag on the play. That's going to be a face mask, I'm sure. Yep. Which he got away from. That's Steve Smith breaking tackles. And there'll be a penalty tacked on at the end. Quiets the crowd here at Lambeau a bit.
Yeah, you know, that Steve Smith is an explosive guy. He was in a Pro Bowl as a rookie. 3rd-round pick out of Utah last year. The only player in the league to return both a punt and 2 kickoffs for touchdowns a year ago. But he wanted to be a starting wide receiver. That's what he wanted. He didn't want to just be a specialist. And I tell you, he reminds me a lot of a guy, Pat, that I played with in Indianapolis, Andre Rison. You know, probably not the bad moon kind of guy that Rison. There's the face mask by Matt Bowen. There's his strength. He matches face mask for face mask. Just pushed him off. And then the protection here, Todd Stussy working on Joe Johnson. Nice job. Just punching him, keeping his hands inside and locking him up. And Stussy said that his first start in the NFL was at Lambeau Field. It's a special place for him. And already the poor tackling showing up for the Packers.
1st and goal at the 4 for Carolina. Great effort by Steve Smith. Good throw by Rodney Peete. Smith leans ahead for a yard, maybe. 3-0 Green Bay leading, but the Panthers knocking at the door.
Now look at this. Green Bay right here in this part of the field hasn't been good this year. They've given up 8 touchdowns in the opponent's 10 possessions here inside the 20-yard line.
And the other 2 times they got field goals. You don't come away with nothing, it looks like. Clock running with just a few seconds left to play in the first quarter. Green Bay leading 3-0.
Carolina's kind of game. They've been able to run it, keeping it close, scoring position here. Wesley Walls is their favorite target right here in motion. Here's Walls.
Touchdown, Carolina. Lamar Smith. Boy, what a start he's off to.
That's his 5th touchdown run of the season. Had 2 last week, and he holds on to that football. And that was just pure power. Behind that offensive line that we talked about. Got the big play from Steve Smith on the drive. And just like we talked about, this has been the formula. Run the ball. Rodney Peete manages it. The offensive line is solid.
The Panthers have a new kicker, Shane Graham. John Hilbert sent walking, and Graham's extra point is good. John Fox, I was talking to before the game about his kicker. He said, I'd rather be surprised by what the kicker can do than
what he can't do.
Know what he can do and know he's going to miss.
Well, let me tell you, you're not a head coach in this league until you fire a kicker.
That's right.
You know, and he cut John Hilbert this past week after missing 2 up in last week in the win against Minnesota. And this is John Fox's first trip to Lambeau Field. And last night they ate in the Lombardi room at their hotel, and he said he spent about half hour just looking at the history of the Packers in a Lombardi.
It was like a gallery of pictures as you walk down the hallway. We spent a lot of time looking at them, too.
Well, there's a lot of good memories there for you. I mean, we saw Frank Gifford there and Paul Hornung. And, of course, this is Titletown, USA.
They were arguing in the paper this morning about which was the best team ever. 1961 was one of them. That was in a championship game we played here in one of the first games that was ever played in Lambeau Field. Right after it was built, we got beat 37-0.
You have better games than City Stadium?
Yeah, we did. Ray Dinsky. Some of those Packer names still carry the magic, don't they?
Well, you know, the history of the NFL is right here in Green Bay. I mean, it's all wrapped together.
Darian Gordon, but the return doesn't quite get to the 20. Jared Cooper made the stop. Key play. Excuse me, John.
Yeah, no, working against Mike McKenzie, who gave him a big cushion. You see the explosion of Steve Smith. I mean, now he looks like a punt return or a kickoff return in the open space. Very dangerous guy to get down because although he's short, he's very strong and very explosive.
Not that big.
That's an unusual thing, Patty. He rubs atomic bomb all over his body, and he heats himself up, and he burns so bad that he has to get out and run it off.
I don't know.
About that one?
I don't know if I want that remedy or not.
Not good for the booth.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Carolina 7, Green Bay 3. Fox NFL Sunday from Green Bay will continue after these messages. The Panthers over the Packers.
Let's circle back to Cincinnati with those figures. You know, I'm worried about Ted.
Oh, no. It's off? Okay, I'll be right there. Guys, I gotta go.
I think we can achieve substantial more penetration in the rim.
That's awful. Really sorry, but I have to go.
The new Boxster. It is perhaps the perfect getaway car.
October's magical matchups begin with the Division Series on Fox.
Freedom should be accessible to everyone. That's why now we're making 100% of our 2003 lineup even more accessible with special introductory 0% financing on every new 2003 Jeep vehicle. Plus get our 7-year or 70,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. But hurry, because while freedom lasts forever, 0% financing won't. Check one out today.
How many reasons do you need to get into a Chrysler car or minivan? How about zero? Because now for limited time, you can get 0% financing for 60 months on most 2002 Chrysler vehicles, which could save you up to $6,700 depending on model. Plus, to make this great offer even better, it's backed by our 770 powertrain limited warranty. So get to your Chrysler dealer today, because with 0% financing and our 770 limited warranty, there's no reason not to. Now get 0% financing on most 2003 models.
Major event. Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, The Matrix, 7:30, 6:30 Central tonight on Fox. Whoa.
Back at Lambeau, the second quarter begins. Chris Jenkins back in the lineup for Carolina, not North Carolina. That's really an offensive.
Well, Charlotte's in North Carolina. Yeah. We were watching it in the in the state today.
Yep. Favre back to throw, gets a screen pass off to Davenport.
This defensive line has been really rebuilt. You know, with Julius Peppers coming in. You know, I mean, Rucker was here last year, Jenkins, Buckner, all those guys a year ago. But this guy, I think, is helping making it go because they've got two ends right now that when you watch them on tape, they can both get upfield and turn the corner. And I remember in Philadelphia and here in Green Bay, Reggie White with Sean Jones, Reggie White with Clyde Simmons. A great pass rusher needs somebody to complement him on the other side. One guy flushes the quarterback into the other hands, and that's how it's been working this year.
3rd and 5. Favre. Pass is caught by Robert Ferguson. First down, Green Bay. Let's go quickly again to James Brown for a game break.
Pat and Brian, Chicago will make you pay for mistakes. Take a look at Buffalo's running back, Travis Henry, fumbles the ball, recovered by linebacker Roosevelt forward. He laterals to Mike Brown. 60 yards later, he's at pay dirt, all tied at 7. 34 points off of turnovers this season for Chicago. Back to Pat Summerall and Brian Baldinger.
That Mike Brown should just play offense.
Yeah.
He scores more touchdowns, doesn't he?
How does he wind up with the ball
all the time?
Davenport. He goes about 250. Rookie running back.
And made his debut last week. You know, I mean, he was the backup fullback. But with the injuries to William Henderson last week, to Amon Green, he backed up Rondell Mealy and got his shot. There was. He was 22 carries last week and really impressed the coaches. And that's why they released Rondell Mealy, who was a backup running back. They saw what Davenport can do. And one thing he has to do is just lower his center of gravity. He's running too high, and they're worried that somebody's going to knock that ball out.
6'1", 250. From the University of Miami. Blitz coming. Favre saw it. Hit the defender in the back. Mark Fields got in the way.
Yeah. You know, back in the day when you played in your backyard and you just face mask somebody, put your hands up, and a lot of people think that's interference, but as long as you don't have contact, you're fine. And Mark Fields just shielding Favre's receiver down the field. The ball went right to the back of it.
That's the way we played in that championship game I was talking about, like backyard.
There it is. That's the backyard. You know, just cover the guy up. You know, once the ball hit him, you know, he could just go take out the receiver, Donald Driver.
Third and 8.
By Mark Fields, bringing him down short of the first down. And these Carolina Panthers are good tacklers. And Fields is one of those guys they brought in. One of the 5 new starters here. Speed. And you can't coach it, and you can't have enough of it. And there's Jared Cooper, their special teammates, coming in and clocking Karsten Bailey.
Bidwell to punt to Steve Smith. Signals fair catch. Made it at the 14. Looking into a little bit of sun now, but looking into the glare at least. Carolina takes over.
Some say he's still out wandering these hills, looking for his lost head. It's a true story. Okay, time to go to bed.
For when you need it most.
Uh-oh.
Our longest lasting Energizer Max ever.
What was that?
Energizer Max. Do you have the bunny inside?
You definitely cheated. You definitely cheated.
Yeah. Where did I cheat? You were in the water on it. I was not in the water on it. Show them the scorecard. Forget golf. Maybe you're a ping pong man.
What's wrong with you?
She's looking right at you, man.
I know.
Killian's Irish Red. One look says a lot.
grizzly bear. Massive, majestic monarch of the wild is one of nature's most fearsome predators.
Yes! Bear Week.
It is believed their intellectual curiosity is rivaled only by man.
Boulder Tent, Toshiba TV. Just 2 of the thousands of rewards built into the new American Express card.
Bears in the wild display a secret competitive nature.
Secret competitive nature. That I'd like to see.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by the new American Express card, now with rewards built in. By PlayStation 2, live in your world, play in ours. By the new H2, Hummer like nothing else. And by Coors Light, it's up and it's good. Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL. Rock on.
Carolina 7, Green Bay 3. 12:04 left in the second quarter. Smith shedding tacklers, out for a gain of about 9. Mike McKenzie.
Brett Favre talking to a couple young guys on the sideline after the last series.
Still, once you get out, when I threw it, you still kept running. You turned, they had it, they were going to kick him out. You got too wide. Just feel it. Just now stay inside.
Well, he's still an MVP candidate. Yep. You know, the way he gets there is getting these young guys better. He almost knows the offense too good. Everybody else trying to catch up to what he knows.
Well, he said just feel it. And there's some people who just feel it and some who don't. First down effort by Lamar Smith, and I think he got it. Gilbert Brown on the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, they got it. And, you know, they're running right at this Green Bay defense right now. You know, they're out without Ronnie Holiday, who tore his pectoral muscle last week. He's out for indefinitely. Nobody really knows. And they've got a rookie in there, Aaron Campbell. But nobody in there. Billy Holiday is in there. Billy Lyons in there along with Gilbert in the middle right now. But they're running right at these guys.
Smith, D. Brown, I beg your pardon. Smith getting a rest.
Yeah, running right at Gilbert Brown, who just mentioned in the middle, taking on the big double teams. Gilbert, who's kept the weight in check and doing a good job at the point. Now, when he does that, the linebackers have to come up and make the play. He's occupying 2 offensive linemen here, and that's where Nate Wayne and Hardy Nickerson have to come in and make that play. He's doing his job at the point.
They say that, as you said, Big Gilbert's keeping his weight in check. They told him 340, he's 339.
Yeah, he travels with his own scale on the road. He stayed away from Burger King.
Because the rest of them won't wear it. Brown again. Nudges it up for a yard, maybe.
Oh, just a good story, I think, with Rodney Peete this year. I mean, here's a guy that...
Wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, he was saying that this team reminds him a lot of the playoff team that he took in Philadelphia to the playoffs with Ray Rhodes, his first year there in 1995. You know, not the most talented team, but a real team. The guys get along. You know, they have a good feeling for each other. They maximize the talent that they have. And he managed that team very well. Here in third down, he'll get good protection.
Heat to throw. Incomplete, almost picked off by Mike McKenzie. He had it in front of him.
Well, McKenzie's giving a cushion here. And he's going to give up a little bit of room, but he's looking at Rodney Peete all the way. And he's got enough confidence in his break and his quickness to come up and make that play. Now, Green Bay's done a good job with turnovers this year. They want to be a top 5 team in this league in that department.
Sauer brung back to punt to Darian Gordon. That's a good kick. Gordon gets away from one, jumps out of the arms of 2, and is brought down. Will Witherspoon brought him down. 7-3 Carolina.
Forget the rules. This game, you're the judge, jury, and execution. What happens to the bodies? They just disappear. You like the shotgun? Yeah. Well, it ain't pretty. Yeah. I like the laser blaster.
It happens every October. America's pastime goes prime time. The Division Series begins Tuesday on Fox.
At Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Pat Summerall with Brian Baldinger. Been Carolina's kind of game so far. Favre back to throw it. Drops it out to Bubba Franks. And that'll be a Green Bay first down. Dan Morgan made the stop.
Yeah, you know, those two guys were teammates at the University of Miami, Dan Morgan and Bubba Franks. Both came out of that heralded hurricane program down there in South Florida. He's met with Morgan yesterday. Yeah. And he just gets a little bit wired for the game of football, doesn't he, Pat? A little bit. I don't know if he blinked yesterday or not, but he sure had that focus yesterday. I mean, that's all it is to him.
That hat is on backwards. So tight that he seemed intense whether he was or not.
Well, the blood veins were coming through his forehead. Yeah. You know, he remembers this Green Bay team. He broke his foot a year ago against Green Bay and Carolina in that loss. Missed about 5 or 6 weeks, but he has tremendous speed, and he's learning the game. Here he is. Watch this instinct here to come back door, try and make this play on Ahman Green. But he has great speed, and they moved him from strong side linebacker, where he was over the tight end a year ago, to the middle. Yeah, and he likes that now. Now he's in the middle. He's got good vision over the whole field, and he's well protected in front of him.
Again, they fake the reverse. Ahman Green gets the carry. He doesn't look 100%.
No. Yeah, they've been taking him out a little bit here too, Pat. They've been spelling him. And, you know, we asked Brett Favre about him. He said he wasn't really sure what his injury was. You know, I've seen like a tight quad and then a patellar tendon, and you know, those kind of injuries, sometimes only the player knows how bad it is and what speed they can go at. But we haven't seen him really open it up yet today. Jerry Glenn here and Donald Driver at the bottom.
Favre in the shotgun, drops the throw. And you better be ready when he cuts it loose like that. Ferguson just couldn't hang on.
That's one of those game speed balls. Yeah, that's one of those darts. And these young guys have to get used to it in game speed. Now, Ferguson didn't play last year. You know, and he's just scored his first touchdown last week. And he's his go-to guy here. I mean, he's got one-on-one coverage. And that was right on the money. Yep. These guys, they drop a lot of passes here, these young guys, trying to get used to that ball that's adrenalized during game day.
In self-defense, they drop a lot. Smith retreats to the 4. Flag on the play. Good coverage by Green Bay. Marshall, 51-yard kick, 4-yard return, but I'm pretty sure the penalty is going to be against Carolina.
Yeah, it's going to be a block in the back.
Yep.
Steve Smith probably shouldn't have returned it. Carolina's going to have horrible field position.
During the return, half the distance to the goal, receivers will keep the ball. First down, timeout.
Carolina 7, Green Bay 3.
The new black is silver. Bacardi Silver Premium Malt Beverage. 5% alcohol by volume. Your night just got more interesting.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by GM, the car company and Overdrive.
The sun has broken through. You see a shadow occasionally. Carolina 1st and 10. Deep in their own territory. Their own 5. Rodney Peete gives to Lamar Smith. He's out to the 10, stopped by Hardy Nickerson.
Yeah, that's Lamar Smith's 12th carry today. And I said that, if he gets 20, 25 carries today, he got 30 last week, that they're playing their kind of game. And they slow the game down. They've won the time of possession battle in each of the first 3 games, over 31 minutes a game. Keeping the ball away from Brett Favre, melting the clock. This game's going by quickly. And they got the one big play from Steve Smith, and that's the difference so far in this game.
2nd and 5. Smith again. Gets it out past the 15. That should be enough for a first. Matt Bowen made the stop for Green Bay. Nothing complicated about this Carolina team.
No, I mean, they're just getting a body on a body right here. And they're getting good double teams right here at the point. Nice job setting him down. And when you double team, you always take care of the down man first and wait for the linebackers to declare. When they declare, then you come off on them. Right now, those linebackers are slow to declare.
Blitz coming. Pete had to unload a little early. Steve Smith, the target, and he hit a step.
Well, and Carolina got just what they wanted, because Darren Sharper comes with the blitz here, and he doesn't get there in time, so they're one-on-one on the outside. No safety help here. Rodney put a lot of air under that football. Didn't miss by much, but it was a good shot. Steve Smith needed to get on his horse a little bit earlier on that throw.
Tyrone Williams back there with him. Sharper coming on the blitz. Somebody picked him up at the last second, but he was close to Rodney Peete. 2nd and 10. Too much time. Stussy may have moved one of the two.
Prior to the snap, false start, 75, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Todd Stussy, who looks and talks like what you would expect an offensive lineman to talk like.
Smart, articulate, passionate about the game. Said he wants 200 starts in this league. He's got about 140 now. He's just one of those guys that you line up every Sunday. Nicked up, banged up, bad wrist, ribs, knees. So you just line him up and you play him, and he's just going to go battle his tail off every week.
And he never shows up on the injured list.
No. Been remarkably adorable.
2nd and 15. Handoff is to D. Brown, this time outside the 20. Good pickup, but not enough for first. But they have time to work.
Well, that's the rookie, one of the rookie draft picks this year. Getting one of his few carries this season. But, the offense doesn't change, and they're without their best offensive player, Musim Muhammad. They said they weren't going to change the offense. And Lamar Smith getting spelled because they want him fresh in the 3rd and the 4th quarter when he gets stronger. And there's Musim, their big Pro Bowl receiver. He was there 2 years ago in Hawaii.
Smith is deep. Pete gives to Smith. And he just bangs away. Todd McBride to make the initial contact, short of a first down by a couple. But they keep pecking away, don't they?
Well, they keep pounding because it's body blows, Pat. And in a boxing match, those body blows, they start to wear you down. 3rd down, they don't panic. They don't put the ball in the air. They don't give Green Bay a chance for a blitz or a bad play. Content just to punt it away.
They don't turn it over. Sauerbrunn to punt.
Well, that's the formula they have, is they try to restock this team with bigger talent.
Steps out of a bunch of tackles, but not all of them. Will Witherspoon finally took him down. A lot of work for 3 backyard fun.
Your turn. Hey, we owe ya. Hold on, guys, come on. You've been eating this stuff 6 nights in a row. I thought hell week was over. Let's go to Subway. Something hot, something fresh made. Anything but round and greasy.
How about a hot, mouth-watering Dijon horseradish melt on Monterey cheddar cheese bread? Or a delicious hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki?
Jim, thanks, man.
Football season's back, and so are Subway's 32-ounce trivia cups. Upsize your fresh value meal and grab one today.
Guys are counting on me.
Gotta go.
Just one night.
Just one night.
Nice pants.
Nice pants.
Hi.
Nice pants. Where have they been?
Presenting Dockers Go Khaki with Stain Defender. See? Dehydration. It can't be predicted. It can be prevented. Nothing has been tested and proven to hydrate athletes better or faster. Gatorade. Is it in you?
Entertainment Weekly says Firefly boldly explores new frontiers.
Lovely place, I'll tell my friend.
Count me as being on board for this sucker.
Run along. Plenty of room.
At all new Firefly, 8/7 Central Fox Friday.
We've been talking about Carolina's approach and how they've gotten to be 3-0, and this pretty well tells the story.
Yeah, good defense. Getting some turnovers. They had 4 interceptions, Dante Culpepper, last week, and they haven't played great competition so far.
Mon Green. Just a couple.
Yes, the rookie getting up there, Julius Peppers, who, was a basketball player at North Carolina out here on the edge. He also played football. In 3 years there, he was only 1 sack short of the school record, which is held by a guy named, that just goes by the initials of LT.
Yep.
And his future is so great. John Fox said he's never coached a guy like this in his life. Combination speed, talent, size, natural strength. And he's only going to get better.
Hard drops. Gets it to Ferguson. Flag on the play.
It's going to be holding here against Carolina.
He had enough for the first down. 3:02 left to play in the first half. Flag on the play.
Holding, 21, defense prior to the pass. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
Terry Cousins.
That throw by Brett Favre, he said that, he's not getting faster, but his arm is getting better. This last throw by him, he doesn't have to, when he puts the ball out there, he doesn't reload it. But most quarterbacks got to bring it back to his ear in order to throw it.
There it is again, just that overhand whip.
Just think about
it. Saw the blitz coming.
Yeah, you throw the football and you put the ball out there and then you pull it back. Most guys got to bring it all the way back to their ear, put their other hand on it to throw it, not Brett. And 2 things. One is the size of his hands. He said he put his hand halfway around the football. There it is. 2 hands can cover that football.
Yeah.
So he says he can actually throw it and keep the ball in his hand and not the ball slip out.
The pass caught. Driver was open, and Favre hit him in an instant.
And it's instant offense when he starts warming up like that. It looks like he's got Carolina on their heels here. Just one of the big hands here, wrapping around the football.
Two minutes to go. I'll tell you what, something else about Brett Favre. He's got the longest toes I've ever seen.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Gateway. Check out the new incredibly fast all-in-one Gateway Profile PC, only from Gateway.
With their incredible power, sleek design, and affordable prices, Gateway's new computers are a great value. But now they're a better value than ever, because right now at your local Gateway store, you can get a $100 instant rebate on any PC in stock. Stop by a Gateway store today.
It generates more power than ever before. It generates more heat than ever before. That's why today's harder working engine needs Castrol GTX, engineered for the best protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown of any leading oil. Castrol GTX, put it in. And for cars with over 75,000 miles, get Castrol GTX high mileage.
That's a hard game. You definitely cheated. You definitely cheated. Yeah.
Where did I cheat? You were in the water, honey.
I was not in the water, honey. Show them the scorecard. Forget golf. Maybe you're a ping pong man. What's wrong with you?
She's looking right at you, man.
I know.
Killian's Irish Red. One look says a lot.
Coming up on the Visa Halftime Report from Los Angeles, J.B. Terry, Howie, and Jimmy Johnson will have scores and highlights from around the league. Plus, our Fox Sports ticker will have up to the second stats. All coming up on the Visa Halftime Report. How come Jimmy's the only one of that group with the last name?
He hasn't earned that first name title yet.
Maybe so.
New guy back.
Here's Brett Favre back out of the shotgun. Heading for the sideline.
Nobody's helping.
Just got rid of it.
No receivers came back.
Julius Peppers chased him out of bounds.
Those big long toes of his. Welcome scoop. Watch these receivers here. I mean, he's not looking. These guys have stopped.
They're coasting.
Yeah. Nobody. And on the other side here, there's Robert Ferguson. He's just going to block like he doesn't even know it's a pass. Yeah.
There's a lineman downfield too.
Yeah, Marco Rivera. This is supposed to be a screen. He never got it out to Amon Green.
That's what happened.
That's what it was.
I was talking about Brett Favre's toes.
How long are they?
Unusual subject. Well, I saw him pick up a baseball with his toes.
I can see people at home trying that now.
There's the throw. And there's the flag. Bubba Franks and Mark Fields was hanging all over it.
Bubba Franks is becoming, there's a interference on the defense.
Pass interference, 58, defense, arm around the waist and turning the receiver, automatic first down.
See, the key to that was you could put your arms around the waist here like Mark Fields does, but you can't turn the receiver and take him away from the football, and that's what they got him for. And Bubba Franks, there's another one of those passes where he doesn't reload, he just keeps it out there, and he just flicks it.
Arm around the waist, I'm not sure about. That's a little too intimate.
Maybe in a square dance. With Bubba Franks, we saw this in practice.
Touchdown, left-handed Bubba Franks. Flag on the play.
Remember now, this pass to Bubba Franks has to be behind the line of scrimmage. It has to be a lateral to him.
He was. We saw him throw it in practice Friday. He was very happy and very proud about that.
There it is. Yeah. You're saying a forward pass, and
they were saying two forward passes.
Now this is a reviewable play.
Illegal forward pass. Two forward passes on the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
Now this can only be replayed from upstairs. So Mike Sherman can't replay this.
Right. Mike Sherman's out on the field.
Here's Bubba Franks out of the fullback position. That's backward.
There's nothing wrong with this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
Or should be.
Now, this play should get review here. Brett looked like he was really sure about throwing that behind the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
And that's the number one thing that you got to do in that play. Bubba Franks at fullback should have been a cue here. That is a trick play. I mean, see, this ball is going backwards.
Sherman has challenged. Mike Sherman challenged this call.
From the booth, but
Mike Sherman threw his challenge flag out on the field, but it can only be challenged from the booth inside the last 2 minutes. So the replay official upstairs has to do the challenge.
Yeah. And they've been showing it here on, the new screen in the remodeled Lambeau Field.
And Bill Carollo, the referee, is down putting on the headset and about to look in the box right now.
Yeah, they've been watching this, and I think everybody's going to tell Bill, without having to look at this, that this is going to be a touchdown.
Well, he's got to look in the box. He's just listening now. Now, there he goes.
Well, we have seen Mike Sherman today more animated than I think anybody has seen him, in his 3 years here. It's a great call. Well, yeah. We know what he means.
Well, there are a lot of cows in Green Bay.
He's coming backwards here. He's throwing it from inside the 36-yard line, and Bubba Franks is here at the 38. And he throws it. Now, he still has to throw it behind the 36-yard line, which he does. That all should be good.
The first pass is a lateral.
Right.
Remember the Music City Miracle? Of course
sure.
You do, yeah. That was closer to being a violation than this one.
And Brett Favre standing all alone at the 25-yard line. And I think the fans anticipate what this ball is going to be.
After reviewing the play, it's been determined the first pass by the quarterback was backwards. By rule, the result of the play is a touchdown. They have unsportsmanlike conduct.
Whatever Bill Carollo is saying now.
It's been drowned out.
It's been drowned out.
Yeah.
That's a touchdown.
Bubba Franks' first touchdown pass of his career.
31 yards to Driver.
They've been good here in the last 2 minutes of the half.
Yep.
Take nothing away from the play calling of Green Bay or the execution, but Green Bay had to resort to some trickery here to get a touchdown on the board in the first half. Just a credit to what Carolina's defense has done so far today.
Long well for the extra point. Is good, and it's 10-7. A minute 43 left. Bubba is proud of that. And so is Donald Driver. Time to go in the stand. The Lambeau lead took place.
America is traveling with Michelin. Right now, buy any 4 Michelin tires and get a Samsonite wheeled carry-on upright and the new Michelin North America Road Atlas free, a value of over $120. Visit MichelinMan.com for your nearest participating Michelin dealer and get rolling. But hurry, this offer ends October 5th.
Be a 15-yard penalty assessed against Green Bay coach Mike Sherman. They say he bumped an official.
You get a little
unsportsmanlike, they say, bumping an official.
Yeah, it's costly here because with a minute 43 to go.
And all the timeouts.
Yeah, Carolina will get good field position.
Taking off from the 15-yard line. Smith at the 20. And out of bounds at about the 43. Next week, it's Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader, beginning with America's #1 pregame show as JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy Johnson get you ready for the kickoff. Then Michael Strahan and the Giants look to slow down Emmitt Smith and the Cowboys. Then Marshall Faulk and the Rams look to get past the 49ers in an NFC Western showdown. Or another regional action. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on Fox. Rodney Peete with an empty backfield. Pass incomplete. Bounce out of the hand of the target, Steve Smith.
Rodney's cool here. He's the guy that, got called up this offseason by Dan Henning, the offensive coordinator, who coached him in Detroit 10 years ago. He said, there's not a lot of change from Rodney. He was a mature 25-year-old kid. He's a very mature 35-year-old man. And unless you don't believe Pam Oliver, who doesn't believe his age, on the pregame show today.
Todd Fox said the only change was 25 pounds.
Yeah, well, that happens to a lot of us over 10 years.
It does. If it were only 25, D. Brown gets the carry. And swings it into Packer territory before Matt Bowen makes the stop.
And I'm looking at the offensive line down there, and they just have a swagger about them. They're controlling the line of scrimmage right here. Nobody's panicking here in this 2-minute drill. Rodney's got it under control. You see Jeff Mitchell here pointing to where the strength of the defense is.
Be down to a minute by the time they snap it. Rodney Peete. Out of bounds is Steve Smith. Good throw by Rodney. Got some fire in that arm.
Yeah, he's still got a little life in the arm. No, he's going to make a couple bad throws every once in a while, try to stick a ball in there. But he said, I don't have to win the game. Our defense is keeping it in it. Our running game is what makes it work. Running game gives them a little play action pass. They're doing this today without their best receiver.
Well, that's the beauty of the offense. He doesn't have to stick it in there.
Doesn't have to be a gunslinger in this offense. Not great stats, but a couple of big plays from him so far.
Peete under pressure. Incomplete. No flag. No penalty marker downfield, but there is one back. This might be roughing the passer.
And the other thing is Rodney Peete is a tough guy. He'll take his shots. He stood in there trying to throw that home run ball and took a hit. He'll take one for the team.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 59, defense, helmet to helmet hit. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Niall Diggs.
Yeah, Pat, that's 2 personal fouls on Green Bay on this drive. Remember, Mike Sherman got one, and then right there, that's the helmet to helmet. And that's going to be called every time. You've got to be able to pull up now. Carolina in striking distance in a hurry.
52 seconds before halftime. Here's Rodney Peete. And down, the ball's loose. Green Bay ball. Cledius Hunt. Forced it. Joe Johnson recovered it.
Carolina's going to say that this arm was going forward, and it wasn't.
That's the first fumble they've lost this year.
Cledius Hunt got it. Joe Johnson got some pressure there on a short drop. Rodney was going for it all. John wants to look at it from upstairs. He's waiting for a boot challenge. I don't know if he's going to get it here.
It has to be, remember, challenged from up in the booth.
Yeah, see that ball, remember we saw this almost last week with Quincy Carter. That hand was backwards. Not going forward, but...
Timeout, Carolina.
It's a fumble from upstairs, our information tells us. And they're not even going to look at it.
All the way around.
This is the Carolina timeout, so they're down to 1. That really doesn't make that much difference at this point.
John Fox wants them to replay it upstairs.
Well, we're talking with John Fox and Jerry Richardson, who owns the Carolina team, and Charlie Dayton, their PR director. Yeah. He and I, we were talking before the game. Richardson said, we all got the same color hair. I said, well, John doesn't have gray hair yet. He said, no, but he's working on it.
It's getting there, and it's these kind of days they get it there. There's Jerry Richardson, of course, good wide receiver with the Colts. And I was talking to John. He's saying that his first team as a Pop Warner kid, he played for the Packers. Yeah. Always been a fan of it.
Favre still on his feet, still juking around, throws it. Got a man open. Driver. Flag is down on the play, and Driver has a touchdown. But a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
How far did he throw that?
Just bought the time. 76 yards. But that, I think, is going to be brought back.
They're going to say ineligible. Downfield. Got it wrong. Ineligible on Green Bay. Face mask against Carolina. And they'll play the down over.
Penalties offset.
Yep. John's saying, use your head here. I mean, that's the only way they can beat us now, is to get the ball down the field. Stay with your man.
There are 2 fouls on the play that offset. We have an ineligible player, number 62, on the offense, illegally downfield. We've got a 5-yard face mask on the defense. The penalty is offset. We'll replay. First down.
Tell you what, these last 2 minutes have taken longer than the whole first half.
And we've had a lot more action in the last couple of minutes.
30 seconds left.
Ball at 24. First down.
Marco Rivera is the guy downfield. They're trying to run that screen again. This is the second screen.
Thinking about screen, yeah.
Second screen now. Look at these safeties now. Back here guarding the Green Bay Packer insignia.
Come on, Green. They've decided to run it out now.
Fans aren't happy. I mean, you got a man that can throw the football flat-footed, 60 yards in the air. Take a shot.
He gives to Green. Green breaks into the secondary. That'll be a Packer first down, but they're going to let it run out. No, maybe they're not. They call timeout, I guess. Green Bay.
If I had that guy at quarterback, I would never sit on the ball at the end of the half. I would always take my chances.
You know, I watched a lot of quarterbacks for many years in the NFL. He might be, Brett Favre might be the best of all of them. I'm not sure when you start talking about the best.
Yeah.
But he's like, he does things, if you watch him in slow motion like we do, he does things that you just normally don't see happen.
No. How far does he throw this football here, Pat?
I don't know. Off balance, wobbling, everything, yeah.
It's like one of his ducks on his farm down there in Hattiesburg. But it still got there.
He is the Pavarotti of the Packers.
The tenor of the quarterbacks.
Yep. We're lucky to see him.
Yeah.
Pass complete to Ferguson. Flag on the play.
Now, this will be decline and it'll end the half.
62 offense. That penalty is not played or enforced. The halftime is over.
They've given the officials. They've just given the officials too much to explain. Just say what happened and get out of there. Green Bay leads 10-7. Touchdown pass from Bubba Franks to Donald Driver. That's the end of the first half here in Green Bay, where the score is Green Bay 10, Carolina 7.
series rewrote every rule of television suspense.
Who are you working for?
This season, 24 will break them completely.
This cannot leak out to the public.
No! Are you out of your mind?
You need to get out of Los Angeles now.
April Sutherland, 24, the season premiere. Presented without commercial interruption by Ford. No boundaries. Tuesday, October 29th on Fox.
Here's a new spin. 0% APR financing on every 2003 Chevy. The new ones. Get 0% APR on every 2003 Chevy truck. That's one solid deal on every 2003 Avalanche, Trailblazer, S10, Suburban, and Tahoe. Get in for 0% on the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. New 2003 Chevys, 0% APR at your Heartland Chevy dealer.
Scott McCallum's ads attacking Jim Doyle. The newspapers called them deception, ludicrous, and manure. The truth is, Jim Doyle opposes tax increases. But with McCallum's record of higher taxes and mismanagement, no wonder he's hiding the truth. Property taxes more than doubled. A $2.8 billion deficit. And mismanagement called among the nation's worst. Scott McCallum. When you look at his record, you know it's time for a change.
We compared the common American alligator with the John Deere Gator utility vehicle. We tested off-road handling, heavy-duty hauling, all-around hard work, and ease of ownership, and found the clear winner was the affordable Gator utility vehicle. Catch one at your John Deere dealer now. Call 888-MOPROS for the dealer near you.
The time for deals that will rock you is now, during the final days of Ford's authorized clearance. For a limited time, get 0% financing for up to 60 months, or up to $3,500 cash back on select 2002 Fords. That's up to 5 years of interest-free financing, or up to $3,500 cash back on 5 of the top 10 selling vehicles in America. Get all in September 30th, so get to Ford's authorized clearance at your local Northland Ford dealer.
Everybody loves Friends and Fox 2548.
Green Bay leading Carolina at the half, 10-7. A touchdown pass from Bubba Franks, the tight end. That's correct. And Mike Sherman, the Packer coach, who has sort of a reputation as being a docile type of person. I've never seen him like this. He is really upset. He's arguing about that touchdown pass. It was in the last 2 minutes, so he couldn't challenge. It had to be challenged from upstairs. Eventually it was, and the Packers won it, and they lead. It's halftime in Green Bay. And Fox NFL Sunday will continue with JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy Johnson in the Visa halftime report after these messages.
Visa is proud to celebrate the fans this season. Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
It happens every October. America's pastime goes prime time. Fortunes are turning. Momentum is shifting. The Division Series begins Tuesday on Fox.
Have you any idea what it's like to stare in the mirror at a guy you don't even know?
He doesn't know who he is,
There are things about me you don't understand.
but he knows everything else.
I can tell you everything there is to know about chromosomes to their polygenic traits.
Critics call John Doe brilliant. He's a one-man CSI.
But when I look in their eyes, I can't tell you what's inside any more than I can tell you what's inside me.
What's inside your eyes?
The best breakfast drama is the smash hit John Doe. All new at 9, 8 Central Fox Friday.
Since I logged on to NFL.com, I found out, what? I'm not starting this Sunday. I've been cut. Traded.
This is not happening.
I have to say I'm totally shocked by that move.
What?
Johnson, benched. Stewart's gone. Manning, see ya.
The ultimate fantasy football team. Just kickers, baby.
The Visa Halftime Report is brought to you by Visa. It's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
And welcome to the Visa Halftime Full House here. Carolina and Green Bay. Green Bay nursing a 3-point lead over Carolina by the score of 10-7. Lamar Smith doing the job on the ground for the Panthers, but the Pack one top.
Let's go up to Ford Field in Detroit. My team, the Lions, looking good. My team, Kalimba Edwards gets inside, nails Aaron Brooks. Brooks fumbles. James Hall takes it 22 yards. Lions on top, 10-0. Way to go, Matt Miller. And back comes Joey Harrington, the rookie out of Oregon. Hey, is this guy impressive? Right now, looking awfully good. Touchdown of 38 yards to Bill Schrader. It's 20-7. Congratulations, William Clay Ford. Got him going. Bledsoe, best quarterback in the NFL, playing right today. Travis Henry fumbles. Roosevelt Cobbin scoops it up. He's going to get tackled. He laterals to Mike Brown. He turns on the burners. 60 yards later, touchdown, tied up. Bills and Bears, 7-all. Bledsoe back. Moles takes it, drives the corner off, turns around. A little hook in the end zone. 2 touchdown passes by Bledsoe. 17-14 Bills over the Bears. Huggy, huggy, huggy. Kurt Warner, Emmitt Smith, congratulations. Hope you get that record next week. Pressure from Roy Williams on the bottom. A little blitz. Warner hurries the pass. It's picked off. Now, interception by Ellis. Warner leaves, breaks the bone in his pinky finger. Has to leave the game. Can't say that, can I?
A little one.
Then Quincy Carter, quarterback for the Cowboys, rolls right. Darnay Scott on a delayed screen touchdown pass of 17 yards. Cowboys are on top until Isaac Bruce takes this gorgeous pass in from Jamie Martin, covering 21 yards. And at the halftime, we got Cowboys and Rams all knotted up at 7-all.
Donovan McNabb leads the NFC with 8 touchdown passes. Eagles leading at 20-7 over the Texans. Dolphins were trailing big, now by 11 to the Kansas City Chiefs, 24-13. Bill Cowher needs one more victory for his 100th. He will like it dearly. It's all knotted at 6. Jaguars 14-3 over the Jets. Vinny Testaverde out with a bruised shoulder. Chad Pennington is in the game. Carolina, Green Bay.
Lamar Smith fits exactly what John Fox and Dan Henning want to do. Run the ball, let Rodney Peete throw it down the field. He's got him another pass over 20 yards, so he's second in NFL, 14 right now, and then play defense. They got a chance in this ball game up at Green Bay.
Favre's lateral to Bubba Franks on an ensuing touchdown obviously was initially ruled a forward pass by the officials on the field. Under 2 minutes left, the replay officials overruled that. Coach Sherman was so upset that he got a 15-yard penalty for bumping the official and protesting the call.
He'll probably get fined then if he bumped the official.
Well, now, even though it isn't that game, you congratulated William Clay Ford. You congratulated Matt Millen. What happened to Marty McWig?
Well, I got so little.
A little too early.
Just a little about to Marty. I can't just turn back everything I said last week.
These are halftime.
Next week, maybe I'll work my way back.
October's magical matchups begin with the Division Series on Fox.
Have you tried Culver's new Buffalo Chicken Tenders? Culver's Buffalo Chicken Tenders are made from the most tender part of the chicken breast. And they're seasoned the whole way through so you taste the heat in every bite of meat. Come to Culver's for the hot new thing. Buffalo Chicken Tenders.
This is where I play baseball. Pitcher. Sometimes right field. Daddy says it's nicer now than when he played. Now we've got lights for night games. And they changed the bulbs so they always work. Daddy says that's the good thing about being an electric co-op. The people have the power.
And we shine as one.
Wetsteins.
Wow.
Wetsteins now.
Come down to see Dan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And the rest of the nice people that's here.
When the Quillens come in, they see faces that they're familiar with. There's such a trust factor when you've done business with people over the years that they feel comfortable coming back in to see you all the time.
Good merchandise, nice people.
It makes you feel good about what you and your family and the folks who've worked with you over the years have done with the business.
Are you looking for a new home specially designed to fit your needs? Well, move on up to Winona Homes and explore our new two-story display home. We can mix and match hundreds of floor plans to create a quality home that saves you time and money. If you're looking for a new or used manufactured home, we have the largest display in the tri-state area. Payments start as low as only $298 per month. You can save thousands of dollars on your new home.
Moving on up to Winona Homes.
That's right. My friend Sherman here knows a good home when he sees one. Winona Homes.
Everybody loves Seinfeld and Fox 25/48.
Get in the little bitty cracks. There you go. You got it good.
This is Muhsin Muhammad of the Carolina Panthers.
gonna love you for
He is the single
doing a great
greatest
job.
athlete ever to play the game of football. Although this may not be
Nice,
true,
long,
Muhsin
even
asked me to
strokes.
say that.
All right?
Muhsin donates his time to the United Way through a neighborhood program in his community, which makes him great, just not the greatest.
We got to get this all covered before we go home.
In Green Bay, the Packers leading 10-7 as you look at the first half statistics, Brian.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty even, and it's the Carolina kind of game here. I mean, they're winning the time of possession, one turnover at the end. They probably could have evened this score up. But really, I mean, this is what Carolina wants to do. Keep it close, keep the ball away from Brett Favre. No magic from Brett so far today. And if they keep this up, they're going to keep getting more confident. And, you know, you kind of get that feeling an upset could happen here.
You ever see Mike Sherman get more animated, more excited than he did? John Fox is an excitable guy.
Yeah.
You expect that from him, but not from Sherman.
Yeah, but I think, you know, he's feeling some pressure. I mean, this is a team built to go to the Super Bowl this year. They brought in some key parts in Hardy Nickerson and Joe Johnson, but they've had some sloppy play.
And he built it.
This is his team. You know, he's the general manager, wears all those hats. You know, he coaches all the positions there in practice on Friday. But he practiced this play that they scored on in practice on Friday. Bubba Franks got the ball from Brett Favre and the big left hand on him, throws it down there to Donald Driver for their only touchdown of the day.
We were talking to Bubba Friday when we talked to him about that play. Oh, like so many players, you talk about what they do as players. They block well, they catch well, but when they do something strange like throw it, he really gets proud and got animated about it.
Yeah, and he said that he's left-handed. You know, he spiked the ball last week with a touchdown. I said, "You're left-handed." He goes, "Oh yeah." I didn't watch him in practice, and you know, and he's got those huge hands. And came in here as a big build-up, as #1 pick, and you know, first year he was a little overwhelmed. Last year he tried to do too much. This year he said he just wanted to dominate. Got the touchdown throw today, and then last week he had nine receptions, career high, becoming a bigger part of this offense.
The Packers are going to get the ball to begin the second half. Todd Sauerbrunn set to kick it off. And Darian Gordon from about the 8. Like he might break something, but he doesn't.
Came out there and recovered at the bottom by Bao Ju. That ball was loose on the opening second half kickoff. Good alert play by the young player, Bao Ju. Yeah, Darian Gordon here gets wrapped up pretty good. Look at that. Yeah, good hustle there. That could have been a big play right off the bat for the Panthers. You know, when you play the game tight the way the Panthers have, sometimes that's how it swings. Just that kind of a play. That part of the field.
Turnovers are what they strive for, and they lead the league in that category. Or did. This is Amon Green banging away for first down yardage.
And I think this is the guy they got to get going here in the second half. I mean, it's no surprise they came out with him. You mentioned, Pat, that he didn't look like he was fully healthy. I'm sure Sherman probably asked him that at halftime. How do you feel? I mean, can we give it to you? Can we can we keep feeding it to you here 10, 15 times here in the second half? That looked like a good run by Ahman Green. Got low, ran over to safety, got his pads down.
He is fast to go along with it. Favre drops it out quickly to Driver. That's another Packer first down after the 45. Mark Field ran him down.
That's how they started the game, Pat. You know, they scored in that opening drive, got the field goal, but they came out, they moved it around, put the ball in Brett's hands. And sometimes, you know, you got to go in there and you have to get, you know, just kind of review things. Just what worked, what didn't work at halftime. It doesn't take a whole lot at halftime, but come back to what works and what looks good to you.
It's amazing how little time you have at halftime. You think you're gone for X number of minutes, but there are a lot of things to be taken care of. The bathroom break, conferences with the various coaches.
Sometimes it's equipment.
Yeah. Fox Green again gets the carry. Green Bay 10, Carolina 7. Second and 9.
Offensive line just kind of getting put back together. Mike Flanagan making his first start and debut of this year. He broke his thumb in training camp. He's in there. Frank Winters now back on the sidelines backing up. Earl Dotson playing pretty good at right tackle in a backup role for Mark Tauscher.
That was a big question mark, whether his back would hold up and his other injuries. Favre to Green again.
That's speed by Dan Morgan, who just made his 7th tackle of the day, catching Ahman Green from behind. And that's their signature play, that stutter play, that counter. They get the fullback out there leading. They pull the left guard here, block down here. You know, and here's Morgan from the backside.
You get the feeling talking to Dan Morgan that he doesn't have any other thoughts other than football.
No. No, that's what it is. It's all day, every day.
Throwing down for Favre, who goes to the shotgun. He crowds up close to the center. Deep for Driver. Ferguson, I beg your pardon. But the Panthers had it read well and covered well.
Yeah, well, they dropped 8 into coverage that time, only rushed 3, and here's Morgan calling out the signals. Yeah, he's calling his audibles. Brett Favre is calling his at there, and he's got to get his audibles out here to his defense.
Bidwell back to punt. And Steve Smith deep for Carolina. He is dangerous.
A little room here.
Yep. But good coverage. They don't let him get underway. 39-yard kick, a 2-yard return. Lennon down to make the stop.
All right.
I'm open over here.
Slow down! This is a neighborhood!
I used to worry about money. Then I got Brown. Brown helps me figure it all out. Brown manages my inventory, fills my orders, then ships them to retailers anywhere. And here's the cool part. It saves me money, so I have the cash to keep my business growing and my people stoked. They're stoked.
Order fulfillment, distribution, one company. UPS, what can Brown do for you?
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by UPS. What can Brown do for you?
in that average starting position on the field. You can see that both teams have really done a pretty good job covering kicks.
Yeah, you know, there's been a weakness here. Josh Bidwell just a nervous bit, but he's done a good job punting and a good job covering the punts today.
Yeah.
And with all the injuries, they had a trickle-down effect on covering kicks where they have been good the first 3 weeks.
He's going to throw it back, or tried to, but that play looked out of sync. D. Brown, the intended receiver.
Well, that was a new rule that they put in this year, where on screen passes, quarterbacks weren't allowed to throw it into the ground last year. It was intentional grounding. And quarterbacks didn't have it. Here it is. You're going to slip D. Brown out the backside. You see the line is going to slide this way, and they're all going this way. It's going to be a reverse screen. And Rodney saw it well covered, and he just threw the ball away. That's managing the game, not trying to force something that's there, taking the down, getting rid of it, and going to second down.
Joe Johnson had it read perfectly. 11:47 left to play in the third quarter. Green Bay up by 3. The pass incomplete. Brad Hoover, who rarely sees the ball, just saw it go by.
3rd and 10. More remains on the 16.
Packers defense, you know, they just make some changes here on third down. They put their pass rushing unit in there now. Gilbert Brown comes out, and Cletius Hunt comes out. They put Jamal Reynolds in, you know, a first-round pick a year ago who hasn't done much. Put Joe Johnson inside here. You know, and on 3rd and 10, anticipating a drop-back pass from Pete where they can get some pressure up front.
Packers blitz it, and they get to Rodney Peete. The pocket collapsed. Steve Warren is the guy who got the sack, but it was forced by the rest of the group.
Yeah, here's the 2 inside guys with this pass rushing unit. They run a stunt there. They cross both defensive tackles, and then they blitzed as well. And, you know, that time Warren got there. And that's why you make that change on third down, why you get your best pass rushers and you put them on that line.
Sauerbrunn will have to punt from his own goal line. And the Packers should get it in pretty good shape. Not his best. Gordon looking for the wall. And he found the wall. Flag on the play. 47-yard punt by Sauerbrunn. Lester Towns down to make the stop. 1-yard return, but a flag on the play, and they'll lose more.
Lester Towns made that tackle. He was their starting middle linebacker the last 2 years. That's going to be a hold against Green Bay. Lester Towns sacrificing a guy that, you know, was a starter, and now he's one of their special team aces.
Number 34 on the return team. 10-yard penalty. First down. Green Bay will keep the ball. Timeout.
Green Bay hangs on by 3.
Are you tough enough to drive a Tacoma?
Ready?
Growing in numbers, growing in speed. People that come together. We are only the stars. We are only the stars. No one can stop us now. No one can stop us now. We are only the stars.
Jack Daniel's Original Hard Cola, a premium malt beverage as unique as the people who drink it. Come as you are.
Catch the blockbuster motion picture event. Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, The Matrix, 7:30, 6:30 Central tonight on Fox.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Back at Lambeau, Brett Favre brings the Packers out. They lead by 3. Pat Summerall with Brian Baldinger. Favre to Amon Green. The tough ones. Flag on the play. Mike Minter made the stop, holding against Green Bay.
Green Bay hurting them in the penalty department. You see the speed of Carolina's defense. I mean, Amon Green is really fast. And right there, they spilled that play to the outside. You got 3 bodies on top of it.
Holding, 81, offense, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
Back-to-back penalties here again on Green Bay. On the punt and then again on the first down play. Chance for this defensive line here at Carolina. Kind of get after Brett Favre a little bit. Just take a look down there. Julius Peppers and Mike Rucker. 8 sacks between them coming into today. This is when you want to try to get in that track stance.
Favre has Davenport and Amon Green in the backfield. The handoff is to Green.
He's down, right?
Panthers had it read pretty well.
And that's a good call.
Jenkins made the stop. Excuse me.
No, that's right, Ben. I mean, it's a good call. You anticipate those ends screaming upfield. You want to try to slow them down. You try and, counterpunch them a little bit with the draw play. The only thing I notice about this Panther team, watching them on tape, is they're a good tackling team. They don't miss a lot of tackles. And one of the reasons why they're good tackling, they get a lot of bodies to it.
Time. And the bullet just missed Robert Ferguson. We haven't seen much of Terry Glenn. Let's go for an update to Drew Smith.
Thanks, Matt. Terry Glenn missed practice all week with headache and illness that's occurred during the first half. He stayed in the locker room, will not be coming out, so that thin receivers core gets even thinner. Pat, back to you.
All right, Drew, thank you. Terry Glenn, kind of going with his history, isn't it?
Yeah, he's been a hard guy to keep healthy and keep out there on the field. Concussion the first week and had some migraine headaches this week, missed practice.
2 guys are going to play. Somebody moved in the offensive line. And the Packers will move back more.
76, offense, 5-yard penalty, third down.
Guilty.
I said at the outset that this team had played sloppy football. 2-1, looking like they're all right on paper, scoring a lot of points, but they played sloppy. And it's a real concern to Mike Sherman. Regardless of what happens here today, this isn't clean, crisp football that they're playing in the month of September.
It's third and a bunch. 23 or 25 or thereabouts. Here's Favre. Just does get rid of it to Green, who digs out a couple. Terry Cousins made the stop.
Well, Mike Rucker never gives up on this play, and that's what you get when the speed of these 2 defensive ends. Working on Chad Clifton here. He's going to turn the corner, stays on his feet, he's able to flush Favre. They do this with just rushing, really just 3 guys.
Bidwell's punt sails to Smith. Now he might have some room. Packers run him down. Matt Bowen cut off the angle, and there's a flag on the play.
It's going to be a really dumb penalty on Reggie Howard of the Carolina Panthers when the play was almost over.
42-yard punt, 3-yard return.
Away from the ball, just trying trying to get a cheap shot in on one of the Packers.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 23 on the return team after the ball is dead. There'll be a 15-yard penalty.
Reggie Howard,
keep
as
the
you
ball.
said.
First down, timeout.
10-7. The Packers cling to that lead.
You're looking at people getting answers to the most important questions they'll ever ask. Questions about their own health, their children's, their parents. You're also looking at something that never existed before, a way to make truly informed decisions about everything from when to visit a doctor to what questions to ask when you get there. WebMD. 16 million people come to WebMD every month. They come to learn about a condition or a diagnosis, to check prescriptions for interactions, to chat with experts, or each other. We help them navigate our thousands of medically reviewed pages to find exactly what they need. Information that used to be scattered in 100 different locations, now all in one place. The place America comes for healthcare answers. A place called WebMD.
This fall, everything's turning red with Honda's fall values. Check out this deal on some of our ATVs and dirt bikes. 0 down payment and 0 payments for 3 months. And a 7.9% APR for up to 5 years. That's a fixed APR you can count on for real savings down the road. Just one of the many great deals at your local Honda dealer. So hurry in, because right now, Honda's fall values are making everybody look good in red.
This fall,
Rumor has it that the students are planning something.
a school will be torn apart.
This walkout is about the students' power.
This is about outrage.
Things need to change.
Shut up.
No, you shut up.
People, let's calm down.
Boston Public. Premieres Monday, October 21st on Fox.
There's the injured Bonnie Holiday. He was on the same flight that I was on coming into Green Bay the other night. Glad to see him.
Yeah, I guess you were. He was a good Samaritan, wasn't he, Pat?
Yes, he was. He said, "You got a problem?" And I said, "Yeah, somebody took off with my luggage." So between us, we found it. The culprit's got to look at him and beat a hasty retreat. There's my luggage there.
Right there. They were trying to take off your luggage at the airport, Pat?
Yes.
Bonnie Holiday with torn pec and all, huh? One arm bandit getting that back for him.
He said, "You got a problem?" And I said, "Yes."
Yeah.
What do you need?
Can't sack the quarterback right now, but it can sack the perpetrator.
I didn't know he was active. Lamar Smith.
Aaron Campman, his replacement today, kid that they're real high on out of University of Iowa, just an all-effort guy. This is the first time he's been active all year, working up against Chris Terry. One of those guys that just lived in the weight room. His dad owned a lumber yard. All he's done is just work for everything he's gotten his whole life.
Somebody asked him the other day if this town of 80 had a traffic light. I don't think he ever answered, did he?
I don't think they had a light. He moved to the big city. 2,000 people. They had a light.
Rodney Pete on the draw play to Lamar Smith. 8.5 minutes left, third quarter, 10-7 Green Bay. Nice guy, really nice to talk with. So cooperative, so courteous.
You know, he's really learned a lot from Frank Winters and Hardy Nickerson, a couple of 16-year vets, just watching how they go about their business, how professional they are, and that's what he wants to be. You know, he wants to be one of those guys that plays 10 or 12 years.
Well, some of those things you learn from guys like that, you have to sift through and leave them aside. Rodney Pete is sacked by the Packer defense as they collapse the pocket around him, led by Steve Warren again.
Yeah, Cletus Hunt in there as well.
Yep.
The defensive line, who hasn't generated a lot of pressure so far today, have applied some here to Rodney Peete. They don't blitz. They're just going to rush 4. Campman working here on Stussy. That was Cletus Hunt that got there first, and then Warren finished off. A couple of good series, back-to-back series by that defensive line.
This has become a punting contest. Good coverage again by Carolina. Rod Smart down first. Darian Gordon. 49-yard punt, no return. That's the kind of job that Todd Prasauerbrunn has done.
Around here, there's no pie chart to measure progress.
The muscles are sore from the job, not the gym. The resumes are built one story at a time. And the company car actually works for a living. The Toyota Tundra, better from the ground up.
Starting a small business takes a burning entrepreneurial spirit, a singular bold vision, the courage to fight an endless uphill battle. But that's not all you need. Oh no.
We need some furniture.
Not to mention the tools to manage your cash flow. That's why you need the Visa business card, because Jules Seltzer Furniture, like many other places, doesn't accept any card from American Express.
I love these chairs.
Visa Business, it's everywhere you want to be. Get started at Visa.com.
You'll never believe it. Jared's here, and he's eating the sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
What was that you ordered? The hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki?
Sounds delicious.
That I can't miss. I'm so there. I'm on my way.
It's a hot dinner idea from Subway. Delicious tender chicken teriyaki served hot and topped with a tangy sweet onion sauce.
Let's go. I need a hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki, please.
Can't blame him.
Subway, eat fresh.
Proud sponsor of the American Heart Association's Heart Walk.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 37. By Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be. By WebMD, the place America comes for healthcare answers. And by Toyota, get the feeling.
First and 10. Packers ball. Green broke into the secondary momentarily and then was hit pretty hard. October's magical matchup began Tuesday with game 1 as the Angels traveled to the Bronx to take on the Yankees, or the Cardinals take on the 20-game winners Randy Johnson or Curt Schilling and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Road to the World Series begins Tuesday at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific here on Fox.
What a World Series it was last year. We're trying to duplicate that again. Will be some feat.
We still got to sift out who's playing whom.
All the way down to the wire.
First down catch by Bubba Franks. Mike Minter, we understand, as Drew Smith told us a minute ago, Terry Glenn won't be back, so we might see Bubba Franks split out wide.
Well, I tell you, one guy that's have to worry about defending all this is Jack Del Rio, the defensive coordinator. Made a nice transition from the playing field, where he finished his career up in Minnesota, to coordinator. And that was a good scoop by John Fox to bring him in here. Jimmy Johnson said that future head coach on that pregame show today.
Green, nothing doing. Could believe that about Jack Del Rio. He played the game. There's a lot of friends. He could well be a head coach pretty soon in this league.
Well, I think one of the things that made him the player that he was he wasn't the most talented guy. In fact, talking to him before the game, he said, boy, I wonder what it was like. It was just a dream to be able to run like Dan Morgan or Mark Fields. He was able to do it without all of the great talent because he was smart and he was a student of the game. And now he's taking that same approach as a coordinator.
Empty backfield. Davenport was split out wide. The pass is caught up the middle by Driver, and Driver gets a Packer first down. Broke one tackle and almost broke away Deion Grant.
You know, Favre can only do so much. And with Terry Glenn down and Javon Walker down, he can only put it in these guys' hands. And then they have to be able to make the plays afterwards. I mean, sometimes you've got to break back. Donald Driver right here, second in the slot, working against Terry Cousin. Tight coverage, great throw. Well, and then you got to make people miss. You've got to become the playmaker when the ball's in your hand.
The throw was the only place it could have been.
We say that a lot with Brett, don't we?
Yeah. This one, Tony Carter, the target. And if that had been Henderson, that probably would have been complete.
Well, you know, Tony Carter just got brought in here this week, Pat. You know, I mean, he's never probably thrown a pass in a game to Tony Carter before. And he's just learning how to run that circle route. You know, I mean, for a long time, that's been William Henderson's route. The guy that started 114 games with Brett Favre. So Brett's still trying to get used to these guys.
And they're still trying to get used to him.
Yeah,
and
same
the velocity. Second and 10. 4 wide receivers this time. Favre quickly. There's one of those rebounds. Dan Morgan comes down with it.
Exactly what you saw during the week, Pat, was he throws the ball so hard, trying to stick it into tight coverage that you get long rebounds. Morgan, who's having a heck of a day, comes down with it.
There's a light in your soul, says you're one of a kind. Don't ever let it go. Be original, an individual, yeah, like Dr. Pepper. Be you, do what you do. Dr. Pepper. Be you, do what you do. Nothing better. Be you, do what you do.
Red Dragon is a suspenseful masterpiece. It boasts the cream of the crop of acting talent, all at the top of their game. Red Dragon is mesmerizing from the very first frame. Brilliant. As thrilling as The Silence of the Lambs. Red Dragon, rated R, at theaters Friday.
The first rule of investing? Diversify. A good way to do it? Spiders. Spiders are all the stocks of the S&P 500 in one share. Instant diversification. Low fees and taxes, too. Spiders. Listed on the American Stock Exchange. Details at amex.com/SPY.
I'm a player in the National Football League, but that is not who I am. I'm a member of a community dedicated to making a difference in people's lives. I'm a player in the National Football League.
Carolina has the ball on the Green Bay 44 after the interception by the middle linebacker Dan Morgan. Deep back to throw, flag on the play, it never gets underway.
Prior to the snap, ball starts. 75, offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
These little things like that just kill you, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And they got the ball back because of this play by Hannibal Navies, who's a linebacker with speed that we talked about. He's the one that gets the tip. Then Dan Morgan here, using his speed off of that long rebound to come down with it. And we talked about the speed of this defense, and it really shows up in that linebacking core.
First and 15, 4 wide receivers. Pete gets straight ahead to Smith. And Lamar Smith is hit at the line of scrimmage by Gilbert Brown.
Yeah, he's got the shovel out.
Yep.
And we've all gotten to know Gilbert over the years. And, you know, that year out of football, he ballooned up to over 400 pounds. He got the personal trainer to come in, went back to Kansas, and you know, I think it's fun for him to get the shovel back out, gets the fans into it, gives his team some personality in the middle of that defense.
He gotten so heavy he couldn't do the shovel.
Couldn't find the shovel.
No. Here's Pete again. And Smith again. Aaron Campman made the stop.
Gilbert down at the bottom. Trying to lift him up. See, that might be the hardest that Aaron Campman's had to work today.
He's got a big crane down here into the station that might do his job.
Big Gilbert gets off, but they did his job with those first 2 downs. Now they put that pass rushing unit back out there. You know, Joe Johnson's back out there now. And, you know, Jamal Reynolds out here on the edge.
Like a 3-man rush.
Yeah, just a 3-man rush. And probably blitz one of the linebackers at him. He's got it wide open.
Throw by Pete, yes. Carl Hankton came down with it. Good catch. Matt Bowen, the defender. But they picked up the Packer rushers in good shape, 31-yard gain.
Well, they blitz in the middle, but you know what? Look at that wall that Rodney Peete has and a complete breakdown in the secondary. Pretty shot at Carl Hankton making his first catch and seeing some of these young guys step up to fill in for Muhsin Muhammad. I mean, nobody, that was just a blown assignment.
15,
Matt Bowen, who made the tackle, was making his first start at free safety, and it's been a problem area for this team since Leroy Butler got hurt last year.
1st and 10 at the 15. The Packer 15. Pete drops the throw. In the flat. Just intended for Chris Mangum. Incomplete. We'll make it 2nd and 10.
Probably the most dangerous guy, one of the most dangerous guys in football, this area of the field, has been Wesley Walls. And that's where Rodney Peete wanted to go here. And he was well covered this time by Matt Bowen. Over the top, Nate Wayne underneath. And that's where Rodney was trying to get that ball to. So far today, Wesley Walls held without a reception.
Well, you get that kind of reputation in this area of the field, and that's what happens.
Now we got Nile Diggs on him here.
Pete drops, semi-roll, throws back across, incomplete. Intended for Wesley Walls.
That old sneak play, sneaking that tight end across the formation as everybody, sells the run. And Green Bay not fooled on it. So that's he falls down on the ground and then he sneaks up. And I think Wesley Walls needs a little better acting lessons here. You got to kind of roll around a little bit, grab your ankle, adjust your face mask, then you get up off the ground.
Sometime the quarterback's under pressure.
You got to hurry it up a little bit.
Yeah. 3rd and 10. He drops to throw it from behind. Fumble. Packers have it. Todd McBride picked it up. He was hit from behind by Joe Johnson. Never saw him coming, and the Packers escape.
Joe Johnson earning his money today. One of the reasons why they brought him in here was to apply pressure. Coming off the edge here, Rodney Peete held this ball a long time. Todd Stussy one-on-one, got beat quick. Stussy will give you everything he got, but he got overextended that time, and Joe Johnson got the pressure. Second huge play now from that defensive line today. The defense that has been maligned for the first 3 weeks has stepped up and played good football today.
Well, they've only given up 7 points. They escaped that time. Here's Favre rolling out and rolling to Bubba Franks.
Never saw the guy go low on him. That hurt.
Bubba had to be hurt. He threw a touchdown pass, the only touchdown pass by the Green Bay Packers, and he's still down. That was a high-low treatment.
That's the high, exactly, Pat. That's the high-low. When you turn your head around as you're looking upfield, that's exactly when he got hit. Bubba Franks is going to block down, then come back out. Watch this. When he turns the head around, he's looking inside. He doesn't see the the cornerback going low on him. That was Terry Cousin who went low on him.
Reggie Howard, the other.
You know, at this tight end position now, David Martin didn't dress today. We saw Tyrone Davis was banged up a little bit earlier today, but he's on the field now. I mentioned a lot of the injuries earlier today on this team. They haven't stopped coming.
Right now, let's go to James Brown for a game break.
Hey, Pat and Brian, take a look at these nifty moves by Deuce McAllister right here up the gut. Nice quick moves, 12 yards up the gut to pay dirt, and now they have narrowed the deficit. 23-15, Lions on top of the Saints. Back to Pat and Brian.
That's one of those trades, Ricky Williams, so Miami allowing Deuce McAllister, where it's worked out for both teams.
Well, New Orleans knew what Deuce McAllister was. Yep. Knew he was coming. And knew he didn't need to be on the bench.
That will make a guy feel pretty good, man. Brett looking him right in the eyes, making sure that he's okay and he'll be back out there.
Tyrone Davis, the tight end, is lined up on the right now, and here's Amon Green.
Man. Hey, Morgan got there hurt, didn't he? Wow.
That hole looked like he had at least 6 yards, and he just shut it.
Yeah, he's grabbing his right knee right now.
Dan Morgan had a bad knee starting off.
That's right. He had a hyperextended knee and didn't practice Wednesday or Thursday. He was just hoping that the adrenaline in his youth today would kick in enough to get through the game. But yeah, he hyperextended the knee in the win against Minnesota last week.
The adrenaline kicked in last night before the meeting.
It was going through a metamorphosis. Green put that shoulder right on the knee.
That just give you an idea to see what happened to Morgan, how strong Amon Green is.
Yeah. Well, he gets those pads going north-south now.
Brian Allen takes his place.
You know, they drafted Dan Morgan last year in the first round to be the middle linebacker, to be the heart and the soul. They finally got him to the middle this year. Bubba Frank's down here still getting looked at on his knee. Both guys teammates at the University of Miami.
Right.
Know each other real well.
You know where Brian Allen's from?
Let me take a guess.
Okay.
I'd say that he'd be from one of those Florida schools.
Yeah, that's right, Florida State.
Florida State.
But his hometown,
right from Miami,
is my hometown.
Oh,
Lake City, Florida. Yeah, right. He played a little after me.
Just a little bit after, huh? Florida State took one the other day. The expense of Louisville, didn't they?
Shocker.
Yeah.
See the rain going sideways in that game?
Yeah. Type of weather that seen up here at Lambeau Field more than a few times.
Yeah. I've seen it when it's considerably colder also.
Good to get there this time of the year.
Favre on third down. Slung down by Chris Jenkins. That's his second sack today. He's been outstanding.
Yeah, and this is a big force in the middle of this defensive line. See, they're going to give the help out here to Peppers. So now Jenkins is one-on-one, and that sack was made by Mike Rucker, who took both the left tackle, Chad Clifton, along with the left guard, Mike Wall, and crushed him inside, allowing Jenkins to come around free.
Bidwell out of the end zone to punt for Green Bay. Good kick. Smith retreats. Starts outside. It's going to be cut off. And out of bounds about the 47. Wake up to Fox and Friends on the Fox News channel. Wake up to a world of difference. Is the Senate close to a resolution when it comes to dealing with Iraq? Or will open issues force more debate and disagreement? Watch Fox and Friends on the Fox News channel. Check your local listing.
today. Impressive.
First and 10 at their own 47. Smith. Hanging away.
Well, this defensive line continues to impress. Only 26 sacks all of last year. Worst in the league. Jenkins right here has 2 today. This guy had 3 last week. This guy had 3 in the game against Detroit in 1/2 2 weeks ago. So the totals continue. And, you know, when you can get pressure with your front four, you don't have to blitz as much. You allow that speed with Morgan and Navies and Fields to really help out in coverage, and it's paying off.
And that's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Green Bay 10, Carolina 7. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after a word from your local Fox station.
October's magical matchups begin with the Division Series on Fox.
For Jack's Parkinson's, it wasn't the big things.
He just couldn't help out with the little things.
Jack had an innovative procedure called deep brain stimulation.
And when we found the abnormal area, we knew that his life would change for the better.
The tremor stopped, dead still.
He finally got his life back.
Life back.
They truly did give you back my life.
And just to see the old Jack, it's quite a blessing.
Marshfield Clinic, where the future of medicine lives.
Give your home style with great windows from Caradco and Menard. With quality crafted wood interiors and aluminum clad exteriors in 7 colors, they can be custom built to your exact needs. On sale now at 15% off. Save on attached pad carpet by Citation. Galantino plush carpet is 75 cents a square foot. Super durable Renegade Berber is 95 cents a square foot. Give your feet a treat with big savings at Menard.
Save big money at Menards.
With hundreds of different nameplates, only 10 are the best-selling in America. Out of that, 5 are sold by Ford. And the #1 selling vehicle in the world is Ford F-Series. With the most available torque and towing in its class. And now, get 0% financing or $2,500 cash back on F-150. The #1 of the 10 best of over 200 vehicles out there. Consumers know to make bestsellers, you've got to make the best vehicles. See your Northland Ford stores today.
You're watching the Packers on Fox 25, Fox 48.
Lambeau Field in Green Bay, and what a job they've done of renovating. I don't know what you call what they've done here. They've left the old bowl intact.
Yeah, the bowl is exactly the way it looked.
The surrounding attachments are really different and very, very nice. Pete gives to Smith.
Injuries keep mounting up for Green Bay. That offensive line, Marco Rivera, who had a bad knee all week, missed a couple days of practice. He's out now. You got Flanagan's moved over to take his spot at right guard. Frank Winters in at center. This offensive line of Carolina has some trouble protecting, but they're running the ball right now, 3rd and short. Now, this is what they want to do. Hang around, pound it. This is what they did to the Vikings last week.
Yep.
And they kept pounding, and Lamar Smith broke a couple runs in the 4th quarter.
Handoff is to the fullback, Brad Hoover, who ran over somebody and almost went all the way.
And Darren Sharper had to make that tackle, and he's upset that he was able to get through both the defensive line and the linebackers here with this split.
11-yard pickup.
Well, that's just mashing guys. And when Sharper at safety has to make this type of tackle, that's a bad sign. That means that guys are getting worn down, that those bodies are doing the job up front, mashing each other.
First down, Carolina at the 33, and here's Rodney Peete.
Oh, he's got him down the middle.
Lofting up the middle, got him. Hoover again.
Hoover on the reception.
All right, and here comes the general. Here comes the old general down here. You know, just taking what they have here. Nice play action fake into the line here, holding the linebackers, going right over Hardy Nickerson's head. And that's what that great ground game does. When you stay with it, the linebackers have to respect it. Brad Hoover's greatest game as a pro was right here in Green Bay at 113 yards rushing.
Smith, touchdown. Didn't take them long when they went to work and got serious about it, did they?
Now you think those body blows are starting to add up?
Yep.
You're starting to see that offensive line win.
Absolutely. And you see those Green Bay injuries mount up. And the people they put in are not as good as the people they replaced.
John Fox walking with a confident swagger, and Mike Sherman, you know, I mean, he looked stressed all week. Thought the staff did, concerned with the injuries, playing a lot of backups.
Shane Graham's extra point attempt is up the middle and good. And Carolina leads at 14-10.
Brad Hoover sneaks out from the fullback position down the middle behind the linebacker, and then Lamar Smith gets his 6th touchdown run of the season.
And don't forget, Hoover had just had an 11-yard blast for a first before that.
Say the best things in life are free. Well, right now, every new 2002 Ford comes with no payments till 2003. Every car, truck, and SUV with nothing to pay till next year. Plus, choose interest-free financing or cash back up to $3,500. Hurry, this offer absolutely ends September 30th. So get yourself free. At your local Ford store today.
The grizzly bear. Massive, majestic monarch of the wild, is one of nature's most fearsome predators.
Yes, Bear Week.
It is believed their intellectual curiosity is rivaled only by man.
Boulder Tent, Toshiba TV. Just 2 of the thousands of rewards built into the new American Express card.
Bears in the wild display a secret competitive nature.
Secret competitive nature. That I'd like to see.
Yo, Busta Rhymes! I'm a huge fan. I'm on a date with this honey, Erica. Right. Man, you could hook me up if you came by the table and said hi.
See what I can do, man.
Yo, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hey, old dog, what's going on, Buster?
Can't you see I'm busy? Keeps calling me. I'm gonna rap on my record.
You got disrespected.
I don't think I got dissed at all.
Why you say that? Did y'all meet Erica yet?
From last night?
Life is best told over a great tasting Miller Lite at a place called Miller Time.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Ford, No Boundaries. By Sprint, introducing PCS Vision, clearly a whole new way to look at wireless. By Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Be you, nothing's better, Dr. Pepper. And by Subway, fresh-made sandwiches on fresh-baked bread. Subway, eat fresh.
Back at Lambeau Field as Rodney Peter just threw that clutch pass to Hoover to set up the touchdown. Wink from Rodney.
Yeah. Doesn't want to get too excited too early.
Davenport back to return this kickoff. Davenport, good return out to about the 38. Sauerbrunn, the kicker, had to make the stop. Good return. 27 yards.
Your turn. Hey.
Hold on. Guys, come on. You've been eating this stuff 6 nights in a row. I thought hell week was over. Let's go to Subway. Something hot, something fresh made. Anything but round and greasy.
How about a hot, mouth-watering Dijon horseradish melt on Monterey cheddar cheese bread? Or a delicious hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki?
Jim, thanks, man.
Subway, eat fresh!
Football season's back, and so are Subway's 32-ounce trivia cups. Upsize your fresh value meal and grab one today.
What makes bodies in motion remain in motion? What makes what goes up stay up? And what makes what goes down get back up? Whatever it is, it ain't physics.
trucks are driven hard every day. And Built Ford Tough means power. Power to take whatever you can dish out. It's made us the truck leader in this country. Our trucks are built to work, and low-end torque is where the work is done. And so when you hit the accelerator, we have great low-end torque. You can't fake it. Power is something that we're going to hang our hat on. We're going to be known for it.
10 Hollywood stars will come face-to-face with 3 real-life drill instructors in the ultimate competition, Celebrity Boot Camp.
The Brady Bunch is over! Welcome to my world!
Can these rich and famous survive getting down and dirty?
I'm coming for you, Kato!
Only one can win. Celebrity Boot Camp, a 2-hour special at 8 Fox Monday.
Packers break the huddle behind Favre. There's Rodney Peake. Actually rest on the sideline of Carolina. Here's Favre. Davenport, incomplete.
I'm looking down there and watching how this offense is. It's like they just kind of struggled today. You know, just haven't really been able to find a groove. And the one guy that I think you can lean on is Amon Green. I think part of the reason why he's decent day running the football, but really he's been his best receiver the last 2 years. And he's been in check today, and one of the reasons I think is the speed of the Carolina linebackers. They've been able to stay with him. Only 1 catch today for 8 yards, but that's a guy he'd like to get more involved in the receiving game.
For the most part, his wide receivers haven't been able to get open. Flag on the play, someone move.
Ball start prior to the snap. Number 44, offense. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Early.
That's all it takes. Now watch, so he'll stay really still there. Everybody else will move, and he'll just pretend like, yeah, it wasn't me. Then you're guilty because you're the only one not moving.
12:44 left to play. Carolina 14, Green Bay 10. Here's Favre stepping up in the pocket, and now down in the pocket. Winston Buckner gets the sack.
Well, we talked about all 3 other defensive linemen today, and maybe the most unheralded is Brenston Buckner, who's with his 14. Remember, we said that there was a change at the offensive line because of the injury to Marco Rivera. Well, that time he beat Mike Flanagan. And another sack for a team that was leading the league in sacks coming in.
Brian, you know, you've been there. There's a difference between playing center and playing guard, a big difference that you don't realize.
Well, yeah, you know, and the thing is you need time to work on those techniques at the different positions.
Favre retreats. Pass caught. Ferguson takes the strike from Favre, and that was a typical Brett Favre laser. Not enough for the first down. Reggie Howard made the stop.
That was a heck of a throw. I mean, he got there. But look, they got 2 guys covering Ferguson here on this post. So they're going to give up some yards. Nice tackle by Reggie Howard, saving it.
Stay away from it. It takes a Carolina bounce. Now the Packers swarm on it. Raju. 29-yard kick. I think he meant to do a little bit of that, but not much of that. Keeps that kick in.
No matter who you are or what you're into, isn't it nice to know you'll be accepted?
That's why the Redskins' biggest fans, the Hogettes, make sure to bring their Visa cards to the Forecast Boutique. Visa, the official card of the NFL.
Do I look fat in this dress?
Yes. I need a car. No. A convertible. A red one. With under 15,000 miles.
AutoTrader.com. With 2 million new or used cars, you can find the one you really want. And with millions of shoppers, you can sell the one you already have. It's the ultimate automotive classified site. AutoTrader.com. Your car is waiting.
Sorry. Give me that screwdriver too.
I'm in.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
Right at that. Pliers.
Make it a Bud Light.
It happens every October. America's pastime goes prime time. The Division Series begins Tuesday on Fox.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
We're back at Lambeau Field. Carolina 14, Green Bay 10. First and 10 for the Panthers. Rodney Peete to Smith, taken down just as he took the handoff. Niall Diggs saw it coming.
Yeah, good anticipation that time by the Packers. Well, they haven't been a big blitz team this year because they've been so worried about their secondary, the injuries at safety, and that time Niall Diggs came off the edge, unpicked up, and I think this defense here knows that they've got to turn this game around. It's going to be up to them. I think they're looking for a big play here.
The last thing they can stand is a long, time-consuming drive. Here's Rodney Peete back to throw it. Screen pass trying to set up. Does. Lamar Smith is going to get some yards, but not enough for a first. It'll bring up a third, a critical third.
Yeah, it's a big third down, but, you know, for Rodney Peete today, he told us that it's not about statistics for him anymore. You know, when you manage an offense, you know, he's averaging over 20 yards of completion. He only has 7 of them, but they all seem to be big. The other thing is he hasn't forced any balls today. You know, he's taking care of the football. He's not forcing it into coverage. That's what the Packers want him to do. They want him to gamble with it, and he won't gamble.
His most amazing statistic is the fact that he's playing.
That's right.
And playing well. Timeout Packers.
I think Pam Oliver should have pressed him on that age issue a little bit more.
What did he say?
He said 36. She said, I need some ID.
Might be the year he was born.
But, you know, his dad was a coach. His brother coaches. You know, he's been around the game his whole life. In fact, you know, I was talking to John Fox. He remembers when Rodney Peete's dad was coaching at Kansas, and he was just a ball boy there. You know, and he was around the game when he was a teenager his whole life, and he had a chance to go get Rodney Peete. I think a lot of people said, what, is he still in the league? And then when they said he's going to be the starting quarterback at opening day, people said, Carolina, nothing's changed there, huh? But they knew a little bit more about him, I think, than the rest of them.
Yeah, I think he was at Oakland backing up Rich Gannon. He knew he wasn't going to play much.
Yeah.
And when he had a chance to come and play, really.
They say he didn't want to carry a clipboard anymore. He wanted an opportunity to kind of have a renaissance. Get back out there.
He's had it.
He's having it.
Nothing else happens the rest of the year. He's had it. There he is. To Smith. To D. Brown again. And D. Brown got the ball, a fumble. Could it be? Green Bay saying they got it. Carolina saying they got it.
Yeah, looks like
Green Bay, the reaction. Yes, it is. Packers get the break. That's the one thing that Panthers haven't done is turn it over. Yeah. Now they do.
And I said, you know, the Green Bay, the defense had to come up with a big play, and they got a good hit here. And that ball was out.
D. Brown had the first down, by the way.
Yeah, he did. Had a nice split here in the middle of this line, but the linebackers came in here. See that ball in the left hand? Doesn't have 2 hands on it. That looked like Mike McKenzie coming from the side, knocked that ball loose.
Challenging the ruling on the field.
There's a challenge from John Fox.
We'll review the play.
I saw the red flag come out from that side of the field, so they're going to review and have another look.
And that was Mike McKenzie. Got his right hand in there to strip it out.
A unique game played nowhere else on earth. It is a rare game that gives...
No, this is the one part of the formula that John Fox knew, you know, that you got to get right. You can't turn the ball over in this style of offense where you're not trying to score a lot of points.
That's a fumble.
Yeah, I think so. See McKenzie coming in. That ball is out, and the knee is not on the ground.
That's right.
Yeah. That should be. That's the look I think they'll see to see that the ball is out. You know, they got the rookie and they're running it. That's probably a second-year player. You know, it's probably the carry that you want to give to Lamar Smith.
It just happened that Lamar was resting, or he would have been the carrier.
Yeah, he knew it right away. He's going reaching back for it. You'll see it again. That ball is out, and he wasn't down. Remember, it's the whole, can't have any indisputable evidence. Got to be clear. Here's the ball that's coming out. The ball's out, and the knee isn't down. So that's pretty clear. Green Bay's going to get this ball in good field position. Just looking at Brett Favre down in the huddle.
Reviewing the play, it's been determined the ball was loose before his knee hit the ground. It is a fumble.
Two for two.
Possession, first down. Carolina discharged with a timeout.
Carolina didn't lose a fumble in the first 3 games, and they were 3-0. Today they've lost 3 fumbles. They're trying to go 4-0.
It's hard to put it on the ground 3 times. Remember, a couple of those times they're going in to score. An opportunity to put points on the board. Right before the half, they lost 1. And it's tough to come on the road in Lambeau here with this guy, Brett Favre, under center, and thinking that you can get a win turning it over like that. But the defense has carried them, not just today, but all year so far.
Lamont Green. We got a couple. Taken down by Mike Rucker.
The pressure that Favre has been under today, a lot of it applied by this young defensive line. Chris Jenkins, a second-year player, sacked there. Pressure that time, Mike Rucker, Brenston Buckner got a sack. Good front 4.
2nd and 9. These guys are going to be around a while.
Yeah.
This might be a surprise now, but it won't be. That pass, you could hear it go by.
And it whistled.
Intended for Driver. Favre got it in there, but the defenders and the speed, Driver couldn't hang on.
Well, this ball hit Donald Driver the way Dan Morgan has been hitting the running backs of Green Bay today. Morgan back in the game. That ball was right there.
Yep.
You know, these receivers, they have to get used to catching balls with no separation, tight spots, because he's that accurate.
Yeah, he's going to get it in tight spots.
Yeah.
3rd down, big 3rd down. Blitz coming, he got away from it, lofted it, Driver, incomplete. That was Ferguson, I beg your pardon, not Driver.
You know, this secondary last week shut out Randy Moss. He had 4 catches for 16 yards, and Moss said that that's the best any team has ever covered. And today, I mean, Favre's gotten a couple passes in there, but they've got good coverage. Reggie Howard right there. You got help over the top. Whereas John Fox got this job because of what he did as defensive coordinator with the Giants for 5 years, and he's carrying it over here.
Going to be about the 1-yard line.
No,
Chris Jackson. Touchback. They said Chris Jackson, I think, was in the end zone and came back when he knocked it backward.
Chris Jackson is one of those guys they just signed this week. I think they signed him on Saturday. Wasn't Mike Sherman going to pick him up at the airport? There it is. Foot on the strike. And that's that's where they're at. Guys that just got picked up on Saturday are covering kicks.
37-yard net on the punt.
Wherever you choose to travel in the totally new 2003 Ford Expedition, and no matter how unfriendly the traffic gets, you will be surrounded by the protection of dual front airbags, plus the only safety canopy system available in a full-size SUV. The totally new 2003 Ford Expedition, because safety should have no boundaries.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, FedEx guy.
Let's get to work.
So it can store up to 1,000 addresses. It lets you print labels and find a drop box. It can email you when the package has been delivered and more. FedEx.com is just like having your own FedEx guy.
Hey.
Yeah?
Kind of freaked me out, man.
Taste buds, two kinds. The little yes man sitting at the tip of your tongue sipping New Age mango-flavored tap water, and the boys in the back of the class getting all the glory. So for them, there's new Red Fusion from Dr. Pepper. Red Fusion, who's your soda?
Why do I rent from Enterprise? For more cargo room. More people room. Or more headroom. Enterprise. So easy, it's like having a second car. Or third.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
The Panthers turn it over. The Packers can't take advantage. Carolina has the ball at the 20.
Well, in that group, this guy Deion Grant had 3 interceptions last week. Reggie Howard was a guy that came to Memphis as a walk-on, broke his neck his senior year at Memphis, earned a scholarship, wasn't drafted. I mean, these guys are hungry. After you go 1-15 in this league, and people talk about you and you're the laughing stock, you remember that. And then you bring in a talented guy like Julius Peppers, and you keep that chip on your shoulder and you ride it as long as you can.
Empty backfield, 1st and 10 at the 20. D. Brown now moves behind Rodney Peete, and he gets the carry. Nothing there. Packer defense is good. Mike McKenzie, Joe Johnson converged.
Pretty gutty move, I think, by the Panthers. Put D. Brown right back in there after he coughed it up. And, running to his right, ball in his left hand. Trying to get the confidence right back in him. And this Panther team now is without Deshaun Foster, the 2nd-round pick from UCLA, who's hurt in preseason, who's going to add some speed and, some quickness and help out Lamar Smith before the season's over.
They're without Muhsin Muhammad. Yeah. 2nd and 11. Smith. Hoover, I beg your pardon. Smith just came in the game in place of B. Brown, but Hoover had a couple of big plays, and that was very nearly another Panther first down.
Yeah, and this offensive line is doing a great job. Jeff Mitchell right here on Gilbert Brown does a good job, and the linebackers of Green Bay are guessing. Nate Wainwright behind that double team that time opened up a huge hole in the middle. And you look at this Packers offense, or this Panther offensive line, their heads are always up. Their heads are up and the radar is working, and they're looking for green jerseys, and they're hunting them up pretty good.
Lamar Smith got a solid block on that run by Hoover. That wasn't so solid. Hoover, the carrier, hit by Gilbert. Gilbert Brown, that is.
You don't need any measurement. When Gilbert brings the shovel out, you don't need a measurement. he did his job. There's Bonnie Holiday over there. Gilbert's played pretty good there. He's doing his job taking on double teams, and there he is at the bottom. Got good, quick penetration. That's a good series by that defense.
Sauerbrunn punts it. Low kick. Handled by Darian Gordon. Gordon is hit hard as the Panthers covered it well. 42-yard kick, 6-yard return.
Paris Lennon of the Packers down on the ground. One of the few linebackers they've got remaining.
Next week, it's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader, beginning with America's #1 pregame show as JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy get you ready for the kickoff. And Michael Strahan, the Giants, look to slow down Emmitt Smith and the rival Cowboys, and then Marshall Faulk and the Rams look to get past Harold Owens. The 49ers in an NFC West showdown or other regional action. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on Fox.
Well, up in St. Louis today, it's 10-10 in the fourth quarter between the Cowboys and the Rams.
So you heard, I assume Kurt Warner broke the little finger on his passing hand, has not returned. So it's been a tough month for Kurt and the Rams.
Yeah, all the interceptions, you know, the injury to Marshall Faulk, and when they were making those Super Bowl runs and having success, they were basically injury-free last 3 years.
Oh, they had a swagger about them. Here comes the blitz, and Favre can't get out of the way. Didn't even see him coming. Dan Morgan up the middle.
Yeah, that's Jack Del Rio calling a delayed blitz this time. Watch Morgan just hesitate a second. Here he is in the middle. Just hesitate a little bit. Allow the blocks to get settled, and then he comes. And, you know, Tony Carter, who just got brought in this week at fullback, has got to check before he goes out on that route. And the sack and interception and 10 tackles for Morgan. He's been carried off the field. He's back on the field.
2nd and 19. No backs. Bob has time. Hits Ferguson. Got some of it back. Reggie Howard.
You know, when he does make a completion, there's not a lot of separation.
Nope.
You know, part of that is the young receivers not winning, and then a lot of part, I think, is the Carolina defenders. Seems like everywhere you go, there's two guys, and Reggie Howard has played a big game today.
Tyrone Davis is the tight end now. Empty backfield, except for Favre. 4 wide receivers. There's the rush coming. Favre gets loose. Pass is picked off, but there's a penalty marker down. Driver came in to make the catch. There was a penalty marker down, way downfield, and I think this is going to go against Carolina for Green Bay.
And Favre knew it all the time because he got whacked. He never saw the interference. He got crushed by about 3 Panthers on the play. And there it is, defensive pass interference. That's just not good awareness with this ball in the air because Brett never saw it.
Interference, 25, defense, automatic first down.
That was a great double move that time by Driver. There's Favre underneath all of that. That got a good shot in. Well, Mike Rucker's got some words to him saying, we're coming the other way. And that's the competitive fire everybody talks about with Favre.
Yep.
You know, he's never going to lose that. Talk about, you know, I mean, he's a kid and all that, but he's a man when it comes to this. I don't know. And I said at the open, he's taken too many of those shots this year.
Yeah, he knows it. And he remarked about it. Terry Cousin is the injured Panther. Now he's up and off. 4:53 left.
We got Emmanuel McDaniel will take his spot. The one who just had the penalty will fill in at the corner.
34-yard penalty. It had been a 39-yard return if the interception had stood, but it didn't.
Dante Wesley also in at the right cornerback position right now with 3 wide receivers by Green Bay.
Favre has a long setback. He gets the carry. Davenport Picked up by Reggie Howard.
Well, they ran that fake reverse motion. Remember, they gave the reverse to Donald Driver in the first quarter. When they came back, they faked the reverse because they want to hold Al Wallace on the outside. See that they got him under without even blocking it. That's what that reverse will do. That reverse action, it holds that defensive end.
Is caught by Driver, and he scampers into the end zone. A shot from Favre. It was high, but Donald Driver brought it down.
I tell you, Favre is celebrating now. A day of frustration, and I don't know if I've ever seen him do this. Well, he loved that because he's taken a beating today. It's been frustrating. That's the happiest guy in Lambeau Field right now.
Driver's second touchdown. Packers up 16-14. Longwell's extra point is true, and 17-14. 4:10 left to play at Lambeau, with the Green Bay Packers leading Carolina 14-10. I beg your pardon, 17-14.
Alone, Jackie Chan is unstoppable.
I'm very, very popular.
But with Jennifer Love Hewitt and a $2 billion tux, he's unbelievable. The Tuxedo, rated PG-13, now playing everywhere.
Taste buds, two kinds. The little yes men sitting at the tip of your tongue sipping new age mango flavored tap water, and the boys in the back of the class getting all the glory. So for them, there's new Red Fusion from Dr. Pepper. Red Fusion, who's your soda?
Back at Lambeau, Donald Driver, 2 touchdown catches today. That's the Packers on top. And here it is. They go right after McDaniel, filling in for the injured Terry Cousins. And then the run after the catch. One of the few times that a Packer receiver has been able to make a play today.
Kickoff sails deep. Smith goes all the way back into the end zone and downs it there. Another look at the touchdown.
Well, Favre got good protection. Good protection. And I tell you, Driver took that ball and snatched it right out of the air.
I think that's the way you have to catch it.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you have to get aggressive as he throws it. And this is a whip. Boy, that ball was... That's the classic Frozen Rope, isn't it? Stick throw, tight throw. They needed it. The Lambeau leap is on. Everybody's talking about retirement this week to us, and that's a long ways off, isn't it?
There's still a lot of time left. 4 minutes, 10 seconds. Heat. Incomplete. Right now, let's return again to James Brown for a game break.
Pat and Brian, St. Louis missed an opportunity to win the game with a missed 49-yard field goal by Jeff Wilkins. Dallas capitalizes with 1 second left. The rookie, Billy Cundiff, 48 yards. Dallas improves to 2-2. St. Louis 0-4. Back to Pat and Brian.
0-4, that's hard to believe.
Oh, how things can turn around in this league. We said at the outset that Carolina's team is not built to come from behind. And that's what they're going to have to do right now.
Lamar Smith. A lot of dancing, but no yards. Gilbert Brown.
Well, we've mentioned his name a bunch today, haven't we?
We really have. Thaddeus Hunt with an assist. Carolina needs some big plays, some clock stoppers.
Yeah.
A long way to go.
Need a big play here, and the fans in a new renovated stadium making themselves heard.
Biggest crowd ever to see a game at Lambeau. Lambeau record on hand today to watch the Packers. Tipped as Pete let it go. Steve Warren, who had a couple of sacks and done a good job. It's going to be holding against Green Bay.
Be an automatic first down as well.
Holding, 37, defense before the pass, 5 yards from the previous spot, first down.
Tyrone Williams, 5-yard penalty. Mike Sherman really gotten into it today.
Yeah, and that was costly because the defensive line did everything that they had to do to apply the pressure back to Poundstown. Well, it happened before that. It happened early on Steve Smith.
That's the 9th Green Bay penalty. First down. Deep to throw. Pass caught. Steve Smith came back. Stopped the clock, got out of bounds. And they moved the sticks. He had good time.
He had good protection up front. You know, in a noisy place, this is a nightmare for an offensive line. You're a little bit late off the ball. You don't hear as well. Allows Pete to step up, and his new favorite target without Muhsin Muhammad has been Steve Smith. You know, in that matchup, Tyrone Williams had the holding call against Steve Smith the play before that allowed the Carolina to hold on to the football.
Green Bay 17, Carolina 14. Just over 3 minutes left. Pitch back to D. Brown. Not much there. Packer penalties last week against Detroit, 12 for 88 yards. Today, 9 for 70 yards. That can kill you as well. 2nd and 9.
It's kept this drive alive for him.
Yep. Here's Pete, who gets it out incomplete. Brad Hoover, the target. You're wondering about Lamar Smith, and I was. He is cramping and may or may not return.
Boy, and the Packers snuffed that bootleg out all the way. Now Diggs read it. Defensive line read it. Wesley Wall still without a reception today. He goes off the field now. Shane Graham just brought in this week. May have a chance to use that leg.
Not from here.
No.
They need a first down, and then he might.
All right.
There's Pete back to throw it. Has time incomplete, but this is going to be a flag as well. That's going to be against Green Bay. Hankton, the intended receiver, Darren Sharper, was all over him.
Yeah, came right over the top of him. Green Bay beating themselves.
Pass interference, 32. Defense. Automatic first down and spot the foul.
Their 10th penalty.
On Darren Sharper, who's the free safety, going to come over the top. See that? A lot of contact before that ball got there. It's a good call.
It's 42, not 32.
Yeah. Sharper doesn't like this. He thinks he came over the top clean without any contact. We don't know what Shane Graham's distance and range is. I saw him kicking from 53, 54 yards before the game.
There's D. Brown breaking into the secondary, still on his feet, and gets down to about the 13. Sharper tripped him up. And if he didn't, the Panthers would be ahead. 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left. The Panthers on the move after a 21-yard gain. But the Packers up by 3. Panther ball, 2 minutes to go. Panther ball at the Packer 11. Green Bay leading 17-14.
Look at Carolina, 0-8 last year in games decided by 7 points less, undefeated this year. That's the man the Panthers have been looking for. He hasn't caught a pass today.
Lined up tight left. Pete. Nothing there.
We have the ball.
Aaron Kempman, the rookie we've been talking about, who made the play.
So here's the situation now, Pat. You know, you don't want to give Brett Favre much time. You know you got a field goal here. You know, I mean, you bring a new kicker in. You think this should be.
You sure?
I don't want to jinx anybody here, but it's field goal range. You got to feel that. You don't want to settle for that. You want to be able to take a shot to the end zone here and not give Favre much time. So this is a down right now that you should go to the end zone on.
Rodney Pete under the center. Roll out right, sprint out right, wide open. Is Steve Smith. You don't just ignore him.
No, he's been the most dangerous guy today.
Yeah. But out to 6 yards.
Rodney would say, get upfield. I mean, last thing you want to do here is back up into the end zone. No, I mean, that's a big cushion. Not necessary.
So it's third down at the 6.
And they're running this clock down. They can still get a first down at about the 1 yard line. Carolina looks a little confused. They want to talk about this, run down as much time as possible. We'll talk about this third down.
Run it down to where Green Bay won't get the ball back for sure.
Carolina.
Would you like to leave it to a new kicker, Shane Graham? I don't know if you would or not. This is before the game started.
You know, there's probably guys on the team that haven't even said hello to him yet. You know, he just picked him up at the bus stop this week.
Now he's got a regular holder.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit better.
Huh?
Yeah.
You know, they just released John Hilbert, who filled in for John Casey, who got hurt and is out for the season. You know, used to, and I think around the league right now, you saw that St. Louis lost that game to Dallas. They missed a kick, but then Dallas came back and they won it on a field goal. The field goal will give them a tie here. I think you got to take one shot here to the end zone, and a good shot. Here's
Don Bro over talking to Rodney Pete's group.
The most dependable guy for the Panthers in this situation is Wesley Walls. Now, he's been shut out today. They've done a nice job of not letting him off the scrimmage, taking him out of his routes. But he's got 50 touchdown passes in his life, most of them at this end of the field. And he just has a feel for it. It's nothing that, it's not the way you draw it up. It's not the way you practice it. It's just a feel in the game to find the open spot. And the ball's got to be there immediately because the window's close fast at this part of the field.
Now it's third down. And almost 5, call it 4, empty backfield.
Ball's right there.
Pete is going to run a quarterback draw. That's probably not the best of choices. We'll have overtime.
That's not the guy you want to run the quarterback draw.
Thaddeus Hunt made the stop.
See, to get the ball down to the 11-yard line where they were, Pat, and not take a shot to the end zone is a bad move on their part.
Thaddeus Hunt is the injured Packer who made that last stop.
Because really, you don't want to have to depend on Shane Graham here to tie this game up.
Well, you're going to have to. First field goal attempt this season.
Thaddeus Hunt here, standing up on him. No, he was just standing there.
Yeah.
He was mirroring Rodney, like he was like the Rover. Looks like he's all right. A little delayed stinger or something he got. Usually what guys do when they get that nerve hit coming down their arm.
That's probably what happened to him. Shane Graham.
Detroit up here with an upset. Close to beating the Packers a week ago in their home opener at Ford Field. upset the Saints.
This is going to be 25 yards or close to it. Timeout, Green Bay. Let the rookie think about it a little bit more. If he's not nervous enough, let's work on him again.
Yeah. He's not talking to anybody. Nobody's talking to him. They don't know. You know, he's a new guy. They don't know what they should do to him. Let him think about it a little bit.
It's no good. No good. I can almost guarantee that Shane Graham won't be kicking for Carolina next week.
You think they just find his own way home? Heartbreaker for John Fox and the Carolina Panthers. Well, thought he made the right decision releasing Hilbert, and I'll tell you, 2 weeks in a row now.
Wow.
Mike Sherman and the Packers have a little bit of Cinderella going on. Maybe it was that timeout they called. Just let him think about it.
Could be.
One more moment.
Could be.
That was bad from the beginning.
And Green Bay escapes. I don't think Shane Graham will. Ryan Longwell over to...
That was Favre making the touchdown throw. Favre's touchdown throw to Driver was the difference here in the fourth quarter.
Well, a record crowd at Lambeau Field, 63,329. Next year we come back, Brian, there'll be a larger record because they're going to close in that hole into the stadium down at the south end. So,
chance for more people to come in and watch the Brett Favre show.
Let's take a look at that kick, that miss, one final time. Wide right. John Fox can't believe it. But he has to believe it. Mike Sherman loves it. The Packers improved to 3-1. Carolina's record is now 3-1. 17-14 they win. We'll be back.